We actually made them.
I'ma go over that nigga's house late at night. I'ma have that nigga so horny, I'ma leave his fucking place, he might leave on a nightlight. Blue balls when I go over there and spit it. I might lift up his balls, jack his off, but don't let him hit it.
Oh.
Every night!
Yeah, if you go look, the first part of the stream from last night, the YouTube side is up. No Limit versus Cash Money versus? I didn't even hear about it. Yeah, I mean, I got it up. You should be able to find it, right? If you go to my main page, can you see a portion of the stream or no? I mean, you know what? I could put it up and I could edit it to auto delete the segments. But the only problem is when I look at certain shit, there's certain shit that YouTube doesn't let fly. Christian Valtier, shout out for the 13 Almighty Red Skull. Thank you for the 14 months. I seen somebody at super chatting me early talking about an Emiru and Mizkif situation. That shit's kind of radical. Thank you for the super chat. What's your username on Twitch? Oh, shout out for the super chats over there. Good to see you back on YouTube. Haven't been able to join the stream since Twitch banned you. Guess you have to make an emerald. Or you could just chill here on YouTube.
Hopefully all is well.
Thank you guys for the super chats. Judo, thank you for the 5. The Dark Knight Returns, thank you for the 5. I appreciate you guys for supporting the platform. Thank you for the candy as well, Lambo man. Thank you. Eat chicken. Eat white meat only. Stay away from sugars and extreme saturated fats, sodiums. And you know what's crazy is like Nerve, shout out for the 2 months. Now you won't get anybody, right? No bitches have came out and said anything about me because there is no weird cases when it comes to me. But all of a sudden you got a real big streamer that just comes out and exposes Mizkif. Well, I'm the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you feel me? Like you'll never hear a chick talk about some capital R or any of that weird shit with me. Like I don't play those type of games. It's never gonna happen. Like people can make up all these fake ass rumors all they want, but I know it's fact. All my shit's facts. All my shit's real. I don't have no weird cases, no weird shit going on. Shout out for the copper pledges. A bedtime story after the stream. Hey, shout out for the super chat. Like motherfuckers, all they do is drop fake ass propaganda on me. Seems like all the rest of these big streamers and everything like that, something pops up out of the closet on these niggas always. I don't know why. We'll go over it later though. CC78C, shout out for the 13 months. Crazy how big streamers have dirt on the low. Thought they were all cookie cutter clean because of how high they are. Mizkif is done for. Damn. I mean, yeah, when you get a chick as big as Emiru coming out saying something like that, there is no falsely accusing because it's impossible. I'm not even rude to bitches IRL, so I would never pull any shit like that. The only thing a bitch could probably say about me is that I didn't want to fuck them frequently. So if there's a crime for that, then spill it. That's about it. Gage MVP, shout out for the 13 months.
Let's have a good stream, low-key 3 roll.
Absolutely. I do have YouTube open for people that are subscribers for 3 days and up. We'll try it like that. So I have to make it fully green mode. As far as the whole topic with Nina, etc., I gotta drop it on the plug channel tomorrow. I mean, not the plug channel. I gotta drop it on my main channel tomorrow. Well, put it like this. Why would Emiru say it if it wasn't true? You think she's just gonna sit there and make the shit up as a big giant streamer that has nothing to lose? Like, it's not like she's chasing clout. She has all the clout. She's a big streamer. So why the fuck would she lie? She has nothing to gain from saying it. It must have been something that was heavy on her conscience. I'll react to it later. I'll react to it later for sure. She said she talked to a lawyer before saying it. It must have been something that was extremely, and I mean extremely, heavy on her conscience for her to just say it right now. You know what probably triggered it? The whole Twitch thing when the guy tried to come up and essay her. it probably just hit a switch and it just made her think of all the past trauma. And she's like, I gotta let this shit out because it's mentally fucking with me. See, here's the thing. So as streamers, as content creators, as entertainers, the thing is, all of us, what you guys gotta understand, all of us for the most part, the very strong ones, we all have poker faces. Like, somebody could have just died in our family and you wouldn't know. We'll just come on stream and just gotta basically morph into a different personality for you. So, you never know what these streamers, you never know what us streamers are going through on the low. Twitch about to have his first Me Too movement? It appears so. She said Mizkif is trying to blackmail her.
Have you seen that guy who called you a PDF on Polymarket? Can you report him?
I don't even know what that is, and it's impossible. So why would you even put me in the same category as some lame shit like that? Remove that shit out of my chat. Like, what the fuck? Nigga, I'm one of the most notable faces shit in the world. Nigga, I can't hide under a mask. Fucking it with that fake ass shit. To the person that said that, I would literally choke them until unconsciousness IRL. And whatever next, who knows? That's a guarantee. Nightwolf, shout out for the 22 months. You know what's funny? Like, you know all these people that say weird shit? How do niggas know I'm not just extremely dangerous IRL? Like, you niggas don't know what I do in my personal time. What makes these niggas think that, like, what makes you think I just can't dismantle your ass IRL? Oh yeah, because you'll never see me. It's just like, you don't know what the fuck I be doing off stream. Like, I have the resources, nigga. Like, how do you, like, you niggas don't know what the fuck I be doing, what I can do, what I possess. Like, you don't know shit. I don't understand what's up with, you know what? It's internet shit. Who am I kidding?
So just throw the phone. That's it. And when that's the whole thing. I didn't throw it at her. I want to make that very clear. I never threw it at her. I never hit her. And she even said in her situation that she bruises easily. She brushed over that I threw water bottles with her on my phone near her, but that wasn't during our fights. It would be throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth. She did tell me she got bruises from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened. That's it. I did feel a lot of stress over the time of our relationship up until this point from her stalkers. From the ones that would show up at our old house, and also stalkers that just had from her TikTok postings. We found after being with each other that her stalkers had a lot from would come to her a lot.
Is he reading
from
off
her
this
short
shit?
form content. These people were schizophrenic.
Bro, this fool's reading this shit? Why would you need to read something you experienced?
These people started to feel she was talking to them and come to our house to stalk her. These people thought in their heads they were dating her. They were out of their mind and dangerous. I told her if we're going to be serious about this relationship, I need her to stop posting as much and to not farm these people. She agreed and understood that it was a safety concern for not only me, but the house. Russell, Simply, Corey, or anyone that was in my house or anyone that was near us. She agreed that she wouldn't want to hurt anyone else and knew that posting these types of TikToks and posts can mess with us and is something I'm not comfortable with as a guy. So she would tell me that if I had a problem to let her know. And at first it was minor things here and there, but over time it got harder and harder to deal with. There were more stress on top of this. We both had to hide the relationship from everyone. If anyone found out or was known, I could get in a ton of trouble with OTK and cause a ton of problems. Would you guys stop spamming never sub, never donated? Okay, relax.
Thanks for the silver plate.
I told her if we were going to be serious about this relationship, I need to stop posting as much and to not farm these people. And then there was more stress on top of this. We both had to hide the relationship from everyone. If anyone found out or was known, I can get in a ton of trouble with OTK and it can cause a ton of problems in my life. So I lied to all of my old friends, S-Fan included, who lived just next door to me, and everyone in OTK. And that was very hard for me to do.
Stay strong, miss. This will pass.
We had a doggy door between our rooms, just so we can hide it from everyone else, including my roommates. We would lock the doors to avoid our roommates finding out. As time went on, they found out, but to most of our friends in the Austin circle, they never officially knew. That stress alone would drive anyone mad, but our love for each other was strong, and we knew we could handle it.
TTS is crazy.
So, in September in 2022, a lot of you guys know, I was canceled by Trainwrecks and others, trying to claim I covered up sexual assault. It was proven wrong, but that destroyed my mental health. I felt like my brain cracked, and I was never the same since. I was suicidal, depressed, and I didn't know what to do with my own life. Every day felt like an absolute nightmare. I was losing OTK, my mental health, and all my friends. Emiru was one of the only people that were there for me. She ditched sponsors to go with me to Japan.
Dry our lips.
She went with me anywhere I needed because she wanted me to be happy. And she knew sometimes I freaked out, I lashed out, but she loved me and she knew I was in a terrible mental place. It got so bad, the stress and constant talking about the same things over and over,
They said
and no
dry
sleep
lips.
and depression, that most of my hair started to fall out, and Emiru started to hurt herself while we were in Japan.
Oh, he's about to cry.
As this time happened, I was a massive wreck. Couldn't think straight, and being that Emiru hung out with me all day, she too started to become high-strung. Ugh. We would yell at each other, fight, and argue all the time. Things we never once did. I felt this relationship was taking a huge strain. But I thought it could be fixed over time, since things were just so amazing that first year. But I'm so gay. But as we stayed around longer, I started resenting her a lot more.
He said, I'm so Professor Xavier.
As we stayed around longer, I started resenting her a lot more.
Shut up for the silver over there.
Emiru has a lot of rabbits. It was her calling when she first moved in. These were a big part of her life. But as those rabbits moved out of her room and into the living room, they started to see disgusting neglect. No food, no water, sometimes not having clean bedding for weeks. I, along with many others who would come over, would give them what they needed, and I would tell her all the time to take care of them, but to no avail. She completely neglected those rabbits. So much that many of them just died over 1 year of being around in my house. My cleaning ladies would clean them just because they felt terrible. And my brother once came over and said, and I quote, "If you ever marry this woman, I'll never forgive you."
LTG, why are you trying not to laugh, bruh?
Say what?
Didn't even know there was TTS going on.
Because they trolling.
He said that he will do this.
Yeah, he's live right now.
Here's a video up close of Emiru's rabbits. These are small little mites that are inside the rabbit cage, and she didn't care. She completely neglected these animals, and I'm not going to sit around and let people say that she didn't. People who came to my house knew that they were neglected. This is an up-close view of the rabbit cage being completely disgusting and neglected. She left them to die, and I'm not going to sit here and have her pretend she didn't. It's fucking disgusting.
A rabbit cage is not TOS.
In that car, dude.
Oh no. I gotta hear what Emiru was saying.
This is a video from my own brother. I didn't record this.
I mean,
There are mites all around her cage.
Showing fucking rabbit droppings comparing to Emiru saying that she was SA'd is kind of crazy. No, it's not kind of, it actually is. Xenolarg, shut up for the 3 months. Tier 3.
So much that many died just over a year or two of being around in my house.
4 months.
My cleaning ladies would clean them just because they felt bad, and my brother once came over and said that if I marry her, he'll never forgive me. In fact, when Maya came over during my cancellation, she actually commented on Emiru's rabbits and said, "These rabbits are completely neglected and this is disgusting." Emiru wouldn't clean the cages, and the smell became so bad that we started to have the rabbits just be outside. I told her if that's the case, she's got to make sure she's giving them water, because they are her responsibility. Instead, these rabbits were left outside in 100-degree heat with no food or water or anything. Most of the time being in cages with no bedding besides poop all over the place. Emmy didn't care. She would sit inside and play League of Legends all day, and what this showed me is that I don't want her to be my children's mother, and I couldn't see myself marrying her. The fights from these times started to get worse. I would constantly want to be farther and farther from her. I would use her for content, but after stream, would want to be alone. I didn't know how to break up with her, or end things. She was a co-owner of my org, the only person I knew, and the strain of the relationship and hiding the relationship was really taking a toll on me. On top of that, the stalkers were getting worse. One stalker came to my house, and I had to point a gun at him for 30 minutes until the cops came. These stalkers are no joke, and the pressure from the relationship, the anger I felt, and the stalkers, and the stalkers as a whole really made us lash out at each other. She would tell me that she doesn't realize what she's doing, that she didn't understand what she was doing wrong, but I would constantly tell her, on and off stream, that she needs to do more, because these stalkers are getting worse. I know I wasn't perfect with my language or tone throughout this entire relationship. I know I wasn't. And I was aggressive at times. In regards to being controlling, I told her many things. I told her to dress older, to stop wearing pajamas, to stop talking about stalkers and schizos as a whole. Stop talking about past relationships, and yes, I didn't want her to travel without me. I also said that I didn't want her to hang out with specific people. This is because I didn't want her to get hurt. I didn't want Emmy to get assaulted. I didn't want some man to do something to her when I'm not there, and I wanted to keep her safe. And I know with how my mental was and who I was back then that I didn't do everything right. I know I could have done better, and I'm sorry. I know I was controlling and I should have just ended the fucking relationship, but I was so confused as a person. And I'm sorry I did it. I'm sorry things got to this fucking point, man. The last 9 months of this relationship, things got extremely fucking toxic. I told her to move out. She didn't move out on her own. I told her to move out because I wanted space, but she still wanted me around at all times. She would get upset if we didn't sleep together, or if we weren't around. She always wanted me to drive over to her house, but I never wanted to because I wanted to be alone. And that increased our fights, but the stalkers continued, and I got even more stressed. They started to take pictures of me whenever I would drive to her house.
Maybe I should just get on stream and cry, because is this shit new to these people or something like that? I mean, look at the fuck I deal with.
I knew this wouldn't last, but I didn't know how to get out of the relationship. She did not want to move out. As for me telling Cheddar to leave my house, he was swatting at Chompy constantly and making him bleed. I not only was the one that wanted her to move out first, I was the one that wanted the cat out of the house because he was attacking my cat. Every month went by the last year, and our fights started to get louder.
Mentally, I should be
breaking
the
up
most
with each
fucked
other
up
almost
person
weekly.
on this
Fights were
motherfucker.
getting more aggressive, and shouting began to increase. I was not perfect, and I reflect on those situations with poor taste in myself. I'm ashamed that the situations got so bad, but Emmy was also violent. She would throw clothes or plushies at me, and I punched holes in the walls or slammed doors in aggression. I one time did say I was going to kill myself during an argument, but Emmy did this as well numerous times. She would constantly say she's going to kill herself in arguments, and I have a picture where while I had a gun pointed at one of her stalkers who came to my house while she was in Kansas, she told me she was going to kill herself out of aggression of the situation while it was happening. And I'm just going to leak everything because I don't really care. This is the situation. I told her that a stalker's at the house. I'm freaking out. What is happening? Can you call me? I'll call you. I literally want to kill myself. I can't take this anymore. I feel so alone and like a problem. So, just want to show this. She was also using the I want to kill myself a lot in our situation and relationship. This is while I had a gun pointed at one of her stalkers. This stalker who was at my house, his background picture was Emiru, and when he talked to the cops, he was in love with her and thought that she was talking to him. It is disgusting what these stalkers can do. I will say this. The fact that this guy came to my house, and the result of it was a cop brought him down the street to a QT, which is a 7-Eleven, 15 minutes away, and that's all they did, is terrifying for these girls, and terrifying for the situation in general.
I wonder what made Emiru just bust out with the shit today.
Sorry.
Something must have really been fucking with her mentally.
I knew that the relationship wasn't healthy at this point. I knew we had to end it, and soon. One day, Emmy posted a very provocative picture, one that she knew I would hate, and she posted it to make me upset.
Bro, these niggas...
She admitted that she made me
hold on a
upset with
second. These niggas are not children, I promise you that. Emiru and Mizkif are grown ass.
We broke up for about a
grown,
month, then got back together because we thought we can make it work. We went to get food at BJ's, a common place where we would get food, and then we went back to her house. We cuddled for about 30 minutes and started to kiss. She said that she was okay with this on her stream, and I started to advance to the next stage because I thought that's what she wanted. She yelped, and I immediately sprung up and was scared if I did anything wrong, or did wrong in general. I got scared and left the house.
Said she was banging
I apologize
Zerka?
if that made Emmy uncomfortable for me not saying sorry, and I wish I said sorry back then. But we got back together soon afterwards. And during those last few months where we were still fighting, but it did feel like the relationship had good progress. And we were both agreed we need to talk about our future. Since it's been 3 years. We should see what we want.
I'm
and
laughing
Emmy
at what
had an
you
idea
said.
to write down everything we wanted on paper. I'm gonna let everyone know that what I'm about to say is very true. This is exactly what happened, and she cannot argue this. One day, after staying over Emiru's house, Emiru made me breakfast, and she wrote down everything she wanted. She wrote she wants me to move closer to her, she wrote that she wants me to marry her, and she wants kids with me in the next 5 years. And I just looked at this letter that was staring in front of me, and I just handed her back the paper. She began to cry, and I told her, I'm sorry, I just can't do this anymore. I knew we were just beyond the point of toxicity in the relationship, that our trust had completely died, and that we had so many issues that I couldn't deal with it, and I was not mentally well.
On the low.
I walked away. I went to her door, and as I opened it,
Wait till I
the
see the
last
phone.
words I ever heard her say is, don't go, I love you.
You know what I always say? That's why I don't believe in the word love in a relationship. It can be used as a manipulation tool. Look, somebody anonymous them 50.
I have never talked to her in person since. I have messaged her numerous times wondering why I have been removed from OTK, Discords, and I was very scared because I didn't know what was going on. Nobody was talking to me or contacting me, and I have had so much regret. Times where I wanted to go back. Times where I've drunk messaged her love letters, as you
Activities.
saw on stream. But after 10 months, I know we're much better off without each other. I did see her at a party once at Simply's house. The house was very small, and I opened the door, I said whoops, and proceeded to talk in the other room about what I possibly did wrong, and began to bawl out and be depressed because I just saw my ex-girlfriend. I want to make it very clear. I was not following her, nor lingering around her. I was with others the entire night. The house is about 2,000 square feet with about 50 people there. I, of course, was near her, but I was never following her. This year has been very hard for me, and I'm sure for her. I even went to Japan and drank every single night just to sleep. Going from being with each other for 3 years straight and trauma bonding to be completely alone is such a difficult thing for both of us. I began therapy in February of this year with EMDR therapy, something she recommended me when we were dating.
Oh, this nigga need therapy. Damn it. Am I just the most mentally strong internet figure on the planet? Like, bro, I should've...
Truly hope nothing but the best for Emmy. I know she said a lot of these things today, and I do believe a lot of them were false, but I do hope nothing but the best for her, and I'm sorry that any of this happened. I hate that we're in this situation, and I hope that she can move on. We were in a toxic relationship. I saw that. I've realized over the years of 2 relationships now online that I'm a horrible boyfriend and I have a lot to work on for myself. I've been single for the past 10 months, and I plan to stay that way. I'm continuing to go to therapy and work on myself, not just for me, but for the people around me. Okay. That's it. If you're wondering if it's scripted, the answer is, of course it is. I wrote it out because I cannot freeball this. This is a very serious situation. I want to make this real.
I would have freeballed it. Easy.
Okay? I am going to stand up for myself. I am going to defend myself in these situations. I am not going away. I have no plans to go away. And I believe a lot of the situations today were absolutely exaggerated. I have dozens of photos and videos, calls and messages as well.
Not the situation you freeball? If it's something you experience, how can you not?
Over the next 2 days of other people, of other things. I have a lot of messages that I have that I'm going to expose as time goes on, because I do believe that this is a time to go fucking buck wild. But I want to make it very clear. When it comes to Emiru, when she says that I was getting ready to go after her and that I was going to use her rabbits against her, that was never the plan. My plan for myself was very simple. If Emmy were to say something about me, I would say something back. That's it. I never had a plan in my life to go after her or do anything. It was if she ever said anything, I would say something as well. And that's completely understandable.
Said if she
To
had
be
BBC
clarified,
or
what
this
if
would have
anything was
happened.
said to her team at TwitchCon? I said that if she goes after me, then I will go nuclear. And that is exactly what I said.
Her stream's only an hour.
And that's what's going to happen. Because you can't mess with me anymore. I don't have anything to lose. I'm sorry I don't. Go after me all you want. I have nothing to lose. And I will say this proudly. Emiru abused those rabbits. She did. And if you're in Austin, Texas, and you want to say that she didn't abuse those rabbits at my house, you're lying. You know she did. She abused those rabbits and she left them outside. And it's disgusting. And I didn't want to bring this up ever. This was not something I planned on bringing up in my life. But it's something that she claims that she didn't do, and people are trying to defend her from that. Like Asmongold, where he says that one of her rabbits she took and brought around. What about the other 6 rabbits that died? As for what happened with me and Emiru, I mentally have been fucked up for years. And I'm very proud of myself for working on myself. And I think leaving Austin was the best thing, not just for me, but for everyone around me. I do believe that. I fucked up a lot. And I'm never gonna not admit that. And I realized I need to be alone. I never got kicked out of Austin, Texas. I left myself. You're still mentally fucked? I am. I'm absolutely mentally fucked. I have been slowly working on it. I do feel like I've been getting better. I feel like I'm very calm right now. I don't feel stressed. I don't even feel angry. I feel that every day I'm trying to learn more and more and do better. But I'm gonna stand up for myself in a lot of these situations because a lot of it was not true. And I don't like that she was portraying that it was just me who was at fault. It was a toxic relationship, and that's what it was. Why was viewership so important? I will bluntly say this, and I'm very honest. I was, and I still am, but I very much was someone that was massively obsessed
He
with
did say that
streaming
he
and
touched her and
viewership.
she didn't like it, so he walked
And
away.
when my cancellation happened, and even before it, I mean, it's something you guys know.
I can't wait to see Emiru
I've been
shit.
massively obsessed with
be
streaming and
honest.
viewership over the years, and it's disgusting and it has ruined my fucking life. It is something that I am envious of others. I am angry at others because of it. It makes me jealous when I see others doing well, and it has made me realize that I am, I'm never happy for someone else if
Said
they're
he put
doing
his
much
hand in
better
her
than me.
pants after
You
kissing
guys
her
know
while
this
she
is
was
true if
crying.
you watch my old stream.
This is why I just
I've
wait.
always
This is why I wait for
been this way.
women to just make them a
I've
little
been
soft.
very envious of other people.
I'm not about to sit there and I ain't touching.
And
This
it's
is
a
why I like
problem.
women to grab me.
It's a
Grab my
serious-
cock.
I'm definitely way better than I was now, or I am now, but it's a serious problem that I am still working on to this day. I am not perfect, and I fucked up with that. I've been this way for a very fucking long time, where I'm a competitive dude, and I think I'm very competitive with streaming because I really care about it a lot. I've sunk my whole life into this thing. So, did you really drive 150 miles an hour?
Alright, I think he's
I'm
done
gonna say
talking
this
about
very
it.
clear.
Is he?
If you know me in Austin, Texas, I drive fast everywhere. I drive fast literally everywhere. I'm in an Audi R8 in Austin, Texas, where the freeways are open. I drive fast all the time. I do. I don't even remember what situation she was talking about.
Okay.
I mean, we were in cars with each other all the time. I remember one time when she was picking me up from the airport, and she was in her blue Corvette, and she started the speed when we were on a straightaway when she was getting mad, and she stayed quiet.
150 is
I don't
crazy.
remember the exact speed we got up to, but we were definitely flying.
This is why I don't make moves on women. I just literally don't. You gotta grab, bro. I'll literally lay in bed with you for hours. Not touch you, you gotta grab and squeeze and pulsate my cock. I don't play those type of games. So, if I really wanted to, I could say you SA'd me. Because I was sitting in bed watching a Netflix film. You grabbed my dick. I didn't grab you by the box. You grabbed my dick. If that's the case, I've been SA'd by every last chick I ever fucked with. Because I just lay there and chicks get frustrated and grab my cock.
But I'll say this.
I didn't pop it out.
As well. I have no problem admitting fault. The person that I was during that relationship, and I would say the Mizkif in Austin, Texas, is fucking disgusting. I hated myself. I hated this person that just sat there all day, stressed and angry and mad at the fucking world. I hated being this upset person because I know you are who you hang out with. And I definitely changed Emmy in a lot of ways and made her very stressed as well. And
That's why as a man, you should never
mentally,
make first moves.
The situations we
Too
were in
dangerous.
just cataclysmed both of us. I was a very toxic person and I knew I needed to get out, so I broke up with her. In fact, I broke up with her
With
twice.
1,400 viewers
The
collectively,
first time
guys.
I broke up with her,
Combine
I
all
really
three
thought it was
claps. Thank
over.
you guys for joining.
And the second time I broke up with her was forever. I did message her a lot afterwards, primarily for OTK stuff, but there were times where I did want to go back to her. I'm not gonna pretend I didn't. I was drunk. I thought I needed to, but yeah.
Is he wrapping it up? Okay, just save it for me. Pin it.
That's it.
How do you
I don't
avoid a
think there's
situation
really
like
anything
this?
else to talk about.
Run. I'll elaborate in a bit. Thank you for your donation. I'll elaborate. I'll highlight it so I don't forget it. Matter of fact, I'll pin it.
Leak something?
I think. Can I pin
Not
it?
today.
I don't think I can.
This is something I think that we went over, and I am glad that it is out there, what I just said, and that's it. So, that's it. I said what I had to say. I appreciate you guys listening, and I will be back. I'm not leaving anytime soon, but I'm gonna go relax. It's been a pretty rough day. No, we're not doing top 500.
You can tell he doesn't want to get off. It's like, damn, I'm a streamer. Like, what else do I do? Just get off and like.
Alright, that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I will keep defending myself as time goes on. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys as we keep going. I appreciate you guys, and
I'm so
yeah.
desperately ready to watch Emiru. As soon as the stream cuts off, he's gonna start tweeting. I don't even know why you niggas are getting timed. I don't know why. Stream open. Already got off. Alright, yo, should I go to her VOD or should I just go to the Twitter com for it? But before I do both, VOD. Okay. Before I even go to that, let me answer your question real quick from YouTube. You said, how do you avoid a situation like this? Either way, Mizkif is screwed because basically, it just goes to show don't mess around with industry girls. Here's the thing. So when you mess around with industry girls, you must be very careful. And you should make them chase you. Like me, I'm not gonna argue with chicks. And mentioning the rabbits was raw behavior. Thank you for the super chat. Me, I'm not gonna make first moves. I'm gonna move like I'm walking on eggshells if I'm fucking with an industry chick, because anything she says, anything that happens that's extracurricular in a negative way can fuck me over. So let's just say if I'm fucking with, let's just say India Love, right? I get so comfortable fucking with her. I just start crashing out. I'm like, damn, you really? I'm texting her shit like, damn, you really just gonna go to Complex Con with your titties out though? Like, you fucking with me? Like, why you trying to be sexy to the general public? I'm sending voicemails. I'm texting everything. Bro, that's all literally, I'm fucking with an influencer. Everything I text her can be used against me. Every single last thing. If I'm fucking with an influencer, I'm using very short words, and I'm never getting into an argument or any type of physical confrontation whatsoever. And if it is physical confrontation, it'll be her hitting me and I'm running. That's what you do when you're a man. You run. You don't engage in any way, shape, or form in physical contact with a woman whatsoever. You always run. Look what happened to Jonathan Majors. Imagine if Jonathan Majors didn't just push her and throw her in the car, but he ran. So the second initial action, he did run, right? But the first one where he fucked up is when he was in the car and she was trying to grab his phone and he was tussling with the Ice Queen in the car, so on and so forth. Bro, he should have just let that chick grab his phone and beat his ass. I'm telling you, everything would have been so much better for him if he would have just said, just let the Ice Queen fuck him up. Bro, I'm Jonathan Majors, bitch. You want to go through my phone? Just do it. What do I have to lose? I'm Majors. You're a standard Ice Queen. There's ways you could play this shit as a victim if you're a male. Just, you never physically harm a chick at all. You don't mentally abuse. And when I say mentally abuse, you never argue with women. Men, one thing you should never do, don't argue with chicks. Let chicks cuss you out. Let chicks snap on you. Also, don't make first moves on chicks. Because the first thing that a chick can say, whether it's true or not, they're a woman. I can't sit over here and tell a woman what she experienced. So who am I to say, oh, she's lying about what she said about Mizkif? If a woman feels like she was essayed, I just automatically gotta agree with her. Who am I to say that? Right? She can be easily overpowered by a guy. So here's what I do to just stop any bullshit from coming from me. I always have let women make the first moves on me. I've never been an aggressive guy ever in my life. I've never been an aggressive guy that forcefully wants to gobble up your box, forcefully wants to grab your vagina, forcefully wants to suck your tits. Me, I like to play the long game. Like I said, I'll kick it with you for months, not try to fuck you. I'll lay right in the bed next to you. I'll wait for you to grab my beefcake. I'll wait for you to do that slick shit where you rub your elbow across my cock to see the size without grabbing it. I'm gonna let you do everything. Because there's never gonna be a time where you can say I made the first move. Even before I started doing this shit, I never made the first moves on chicks. Ever. I don't make first moves. Because as soon as you make first moves, now they got something to document. Especially now when you're on this height of yourself. Like people like Mizkif, you're not a normal guy. Me, I'm not a normal guy. Shout out for the subs over there. Thank you for that. Let me turn this back on. 95, shout out for the 16 months. Social climate with modern women. Preaching the gospel. Yeah, Izzy Grave, thank you for the 24 months. This is how...
Given the social climate with modern women today, you are preaching the gospel.
Yeah, this is how guys get caught up. Remember, same shit happened to Mike Tyson back in the day, right? Remember when Mike Tyson did jail time because his ex-wife said that he arred her? Now, if you're a guy that don't make first moves, how does that happen? You don't make no first moves. Yeah, same shit happened to Tupac, everything. When you're aggressive men, being aggressive as a man, especially sexually, is too predictable. You want to throw a woman off? Don't make any moves. I don't care if you got blue balls. It's just a guy making the first move is too predictable. A guy that doesn't make the first move, it makes a chick want you more. But if I'm over there grabbing box, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, now she could say, well, you know, a chick could come 2-3 years later, be like, yeah, there was a time that I fucked with Robert, and I was drunk, you know, I wasn't all the way there, and he just, like, before I know it, he was eating my vagina, and next thing you know, I'm getting backshotted. But it's not something I really want. I won't even fuck you drunk. Zico19, shut up for the 23 months. I won't even fornicate with you drunk. I don't play those type of games. You know we can't do multiple shots. And if we do, I'm not fucking you. No, you can't sleep. I'm gonna let you sleep on my bed. I'm gonna go sleep somewhere else. I don't play those type of games. I don't do sex via intoxication. I don't make first moves. I don't grab pussies first, asses first, nothing. I don't play those type of games because this is how you get caught up. You know, now here's the thing. No matter what Mizkif says, when a woman says that you S8 her, there's nothing you can do to beat those allegations. You could be telling the fucking truth, whatever the fuck. Look what happened to Shannon Sharp. He had to pay some ugly, basic-ass, mid-face Ice Queen like multiple M's while she's flossing Cartier bracelets and everything like that all on Instagram. Like, Once a chick labels you as an SAer, it doesn't matter what the fuck he said. Doesn't matter what Mizkif just said. He basically just said some shit and pumped it through the internet for fun. Because she sat there and said that she was SA. And she popped out of nowhere with it. And you know what? It's almost like, was it strategically done too? Because Emiru just went through some shit at TwitchCon where some fucker tried to go up and kiss all on her on some weirdo shit, right? So that probably could have chain reacted some shit where she was like, you know what? Like, I'm really fucking struggling mentally. It's something that's really fucking with me, and I just gotta let you guys know what happened. When I was with Mizkif, we had a very abusive relationship. He SA'd me. So now it just chain reacted shit that she was harboring, so it makes it that much worse. On top of that, it makes it that much fucking worse. If the shit never happened at TwitchCon, maybe she would have said nothing. But clearly it was something that was eating her up, and then this shit just chain reacted it. Just like on somebody, let's just say if every day your neighbor just talking shit to you about dog doo-doo. Like, you're gonna clean up the fucking shit? I'm tired of seeing your fucking shit on my lawn. You ignore it for fucking 3 months. Then one day you just like, man, shut the fuck up, motherfucker. Shut your bitch ass up, nigga. I'm gonna clean up the shit when I do it. You see what I'm saying? Like, everybody has like a mental fuse no matter what it is. So maybe that was Emiru's. Yo, can you give me the VOD? I want to see what Emiru has to say. Pen, thank you.
Apparently there's more to come out. Most likely with other women. https://kipclipper/status/1982248998534189610089985
Damn, if they chain react this dude, if they domino rally this guy, because I mean clearly this isn't the first chick that he's fucked with, so that's really all it takes too. Once you you know, shit. I mean, I really don't need to say it too much. We all live in current time. We know what goes on with this type of shit. I mean, for his sake, I hope that there's no other chicks. I mean, if the rebuttal was rabbit cages and toxicity, it still didn't. As a man, right? Thank you for the super chat. As a man, right? It still doesn't make you look any better. If my rebuttal...
Have you heard of the Nina and Saeed situation? How she got banned?
I talked about it. The video's gonna drop in the AM. So stay tuned for that. Obviously on the main channel, video's gonna drop on the in the AM. I forgot what the fuck I was saying, man. I'm so thrown off all over the place. Oh yeah. The fact that the rebuttal had something, I wouldn't even have talked about rabbits. Asbin did hint that there was other people and it wasn't his business. Yeah, here's the thing. Imagine how many people are DMing Asmongold right now that are chicks. Because they know Asmongold is like big in like media, right? Like he goes over these type of topics. Imagine how many women are in Asmongold's DMs showing him proof. But it's not his place to just blast it. He's probably just gonna let it happen by itself. Just the fire's already been started. Forest fire's been started already. I gotta watch the Asmon react. Do you have the link for me? Well, give me all of it. This shit, it's just so scary to like, to just be somebody that's known and fuck with somebody. This is why I just don't be fucking having like any physical or verbal confrontations with chicks. And I just don't make first moves because it's dangerous. Okay, I have it all queued up. And you know what makes it even worse is Emiru's like this cute, like petite woman. So it like, everything hits that much harder. If it was just some get with a wig or something like that, we'd probably be laughing about it. You know, we'd probably be like, man, this bitch didn't say this shit. Bro, is that a fucking lace front? But the fact that it's like this cute Asian woman and she's so petite, it makes it hit that much worse. Like it hits that much harder. And then on top of that, man, these other chicks, if I'm Mizkif, I'm really like feeling like I'm gonna take a shit in my pants right now because what if all these girls say the same thing? What if they're like, yeah, he roughed me up? This is why I don't play fight with chicks either. I also don't do that. I'll let you choke me out. I'll be like, tap out. Like, first off, I'm too big. So I'm not gonna give you any type of inclinations of anything. I gotta piss. Give me a second and we'll get it started. Give me a sec. And I gotta get my water. Give me a minute. let me go get it. Hold on. Alright, let me see what she's talking about.
Very strange. But yeah, so I mean you guys can probably tell, but today's not gonna be a normal stream. Not gonna, you know, watch videos or play games or anything today. I kind of just have a bunch of stuff that I wanted to talk about, and then I'm probably just gonna go offline after.
Play dub. Thank you for the sub to the plat. Increase VOD speed.
But yeah,
I mean, we're gonna be able to hear it though. Increase it to what? 1.2?
it's I mean, I like, you guys know, I've been streaming for 10 years. Last week was kind of the first time that I ever really like spoke
Wait,
up.
hold on a second. How come Emiru could stream for 10 years and nobody says anything, but I could do content for 10? And people are like trying to clown me for being better than at life. I don't. Alright, anyways, let's get back to the topic at hand. My bad.
A topic or like something that happened to me, and honestly I'm really glad that I did, and I'm proud that I did, and I feel like I have to see it to its conclusion, you know, if that makes sense, not just for myself, but for, in a way I kind of feel like a lot of people are involved, because it doesn't just affect me, so that's why, sorry about my voice, I'm very nervous in case you can't tell, but I knew that this stream had to be done today, so yeah, pretty much yeah, so I guess might as well get started, not, you know, stall too much or anything. I know there's a lot of people here who don't normally watch, and if you're wondering, yes, I do normally run 20-minute intros. And yes, my community at least claims that they like it. I think that they like it. I like playing songs for you guys, but anyway, yeah, anyway. We don't like it? Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, I'm probably gonna stop reading chat now as well, but you guys are free to say whatever you want, obviously. So, yeah, like I said before, it's been a pretty crazy week, and a lot of things have happened since the last time that I streamed in relation to what I talked about last week, the whole TwitchCon incident. Some other things happened that kind of pushed me to talk about a lot of things that I want to talk about today. So, as
Only Lucy, shut up for 6 months. No, I said, should I skip to the first 20 or like? Alright, where we going? Oh, you skipped it for me? Oh yeah, you did.
you can see, I wrote out my notes, and not only that, I have even more notes. So, yeah, if it seems like I'm like reading a script or something, it's because I wrote super detailed notes because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. So yeah. Okay.
I mean, she seems to be really nervous. See how shaky her voice is? I mean, I don't really, I've only been in Emiru's stream like a couple of times, but her voice is very shaky. Is it always shaky or is it just extra shaky because now?
She literally did this to link him to the TwitchCon incident forever.
She does a little? Okay. Extra shaky today? Okay, some of you guys might know because you watch Emiru. I haven't been in her streams long enough to pick up any specific characteristics.
So, I think everyone knows about last week, the stuff that happened at TwitchCon. I was assaulted, and the guy was able to, leave the venue, basically. Okay, so, like, intro, first thing that I want to talk about is, I did see the, Twitch tweet that I believe went out yesterday. I was literally in a Discord call with my friends, and they were like, did you see that Twitch apologized to you? And I was like, wait, what? So, yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is they put out that tweet. I was never apologized to privately. They put that out without, like, consulting me or anything. I didn't know
quick
they were
question.
gonna do that, so
Is
that
this
was,
is this a wig or this is like really her hair? It just looks too perfect. Oh, okay, because she does like fuck with anime and shit, so you never know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that, you know, they're trying to, like, take some level of accountability, but there's a lot of things that they didn't mention in the tweet that I feel like should have been mentioned. But anyway, more stuff's been happening.
I forgot, I'm not watching it yet. I'm tripping.
So, I want to say that last week, everything I said on my stream was accurate, obviously, except for one thing. I was wrong about one thing. I was going over the tweet that Twitch initially put out, where they're like, oh yeah, this thing happened to a high-profile creator. You know, police were on site. We're cooperating with law enforcement investigations. What I was wrong about was, they were not cooperating with law enforcement investigations. I found that out on Monday when I got a phone call from the San Diego police, and they were talking to me, and they basically said, hey, we can't really do anything right now because they apparently know the name of the guy, but they're not giving it to us until a warrant goes through. Which, if you know anything about that stuff, it usually takes a while. Even, you know, if it's expedited, which it was being expedited for me, but it still takes a lot of time. And they're like, yeah, they're refusing to give us the name, which...
You said it was already written about on the Economy Times and a bunch of other news outlets. It's not good for Mizkif. Bro, anytime a high profile, especially a high profile, it's bad regardless, but anytime a chick labels you as somebody that S8'd her, you can't shake that. Whether you did it or not, you can't shake it. Because that's a serious allegation.
As far as I'm aware, it's like a very common company thing where they'll be, you know, they don't want to give out names of potential people involved in crimes because then, like, that person could maybe, like, sue them for giving their name to police. I don't know, something like that. That's what my lawyer said. But basically, they were, Twitch was trying to make sure that the guy that assaulted me didn't sue them, which meant that the police were not able to work on the case right away. So, yeah, I got a call about that on, I believe it was Monday, from the San Diego police. They were like, yeah, we're working on the warrant, but, like, right now, that's, like, all we can really do, but, like, we're trying our best. Just, like, want to let you know, we're gonna keep you in the loop and everything. I was like, okay. I was very frustrated because I was like, damn, like, I didn't know that on Saturday. I would have said that if I knew. And then, I believe it was the next day, there was someone who, I don't know if they were a viewer or if they were just someone who, like, knew of the situation from social media. They contacted, my manager, and they basically told her that
when did she get to the Mizkif shit? Yeah, Johnny Depp beat it because Amber Heard was trying to do witchcraft. So that shit didn't work out for her. Yeah, let me know when you get the timestamp and then I'll continue. No, I know you're laughing, but no. When you look it up, when you put feces in somebody's bed, like if a bitch was to take a shit in my bed, that's a form of witchcraft. Do your research. It's an actual spell. And it actually did work on him. Bet you guys didn't know that, huh? Gotta stop being so green to the world. Yeah, it was literal witchcraft. It wasn't just, oh, let me just dookie in his bed because I hate him. Go look it up. Go look it up. What does it mean when a woman shits in your bed? It's an actual spell. I can look it up for you, but gotta fuck with you guys' head for a second. Give me a minute while he finds the timestamp. This is also why I'm a firm believer that you shouldn't just eat a random woman's cooking, because if a woman practices witchcraft, she knows how to do it via food too. Anytime a bitch is real adamant talking about let me cook for you, no. My answer is always I don't eat people's cooking. Alright. I don't know what. I'm not gonna subscribe to shit. Alright, let me blow it up for you guys. So it says the feces spell, folk magic style. Cursing. The feces spell is quite. This This is quite a dangerous spell when done properly, which sounds weird, but as you already know, but as you're really just shitting on toilet paper, which will do this spell with care, if at all. Have you ever hated somebody so much that you wish them, or you wish the worst to happen to them? Then you may want to consider the feces spell. This is a simple folk magic style spell which falls into the banishing spell category in witchcraft. In Conjure, it has been called the shit on him or shit on her spell. Either way, this spell would be considered black magic. I'm saying all of the above. This is a great spell for a beginner witch and one for all witches who have it in their book of shadows. So you must be absolutely certain that the intended target deserves the punishment that you're about to give them, and you cannot have any doubts or reservations. Subconscious thoughts about the consequences of hexing may sabotage your spell. You must hate the target so much that cursing the person each day for a period of time will make you feel great happiness, as the thought of them suffering brings you relief. Alright, I'll just leave it there. You do the rest yourself. But I knew when she shit in his bed, I knew she was a witch, or she practices witchcraft. Even on a lower moderate level, who knows? Maybe she practices on a high, but yeah. The shit she was doing to Johnny Depp, it was working. And then maybe the hex wore off or something over a period of time, which is how she lost the case. Maybe she didn't have the same hate for him the more she looked at him in the courtroom. But you got the timestamp for me? No, I wouldn't fuck with a chick that does witchcraft. I appreciate it.
Sure that if I was gonna do this, I was gonna do it right, because it's so serious. And I feel like it's gonna change things forever. And so today, I'm finally going to be opening up about and telling everyone. Sorry, I swear I'm not trying to like make this dramatic or something. Like I said, I really wish I were not feeling like I had to do this. Just give me some time. I'm gonna be doing a lot of I guess you could say like fourth wall breaking in a way, and talking about things that I thought would always be personal, and just, you know, I would just carry them myself. Today, I'm finally gonna be opening up about the psychological and domestic abuse, stalking and harassment, sexual assault, and threats of blackmail that Mizkif has done.
Nah, I said, oh my god, it sounds even worse when she does it. As she said it, I literally got goosebumps. No bullshit. If I got goosebumps, imagine how Mizkif feels.
Be opening up about, you know, I would just carry them myself. Today, I'm finally gonna be opening up about the psychological and domestic abuse, stalking and harassment, sexual assault, and threats of blackmail that Mizkif has done towards me, and some of these issues which are still ongoing. For the entirety of this year, I've attempted to separate myself from him and not talk about him at all, and not talk about this issue and just not make it a public thing. I always tried my best to keep this to myself, but like I said, I feel like it's gone to the point, which I'll explain later, that I feel like it just has to be done. And I have always believed in not condemning people or starting drama online. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to be asking, why am I doing this and why now? And I would like to explain that before I get started, so that people understand what prompted me to do
Say
this
goodbye
today,
to that
and
nigger's
it's
career,
not
it's over.
just on a whim or something like that. Okay, so like I said, I took a lot of notes, so forgive me if I just end up reading off my notes.
No, I'm only,
The first and probably most severe.
I'm not laughing at the situation. I can never find it funny if a woman's saying that she was essayed. That's never funny to me. At all. You know? If you've ever had a female family member tell you about a time that they were essayed, then you feel a certain way. If you've ever had an ex-girlfriend that told you a story about how they were essayed, then you feel a certain way. So when I said I got goosebumps when she said it, because it was like a resonation, you know, it was like I could resonate. Because I've had plenty of women tell me stories about how they were essayed. So Yeah, I don't find it funny at all. I actually was just trying to say this. Stream mode. Because she's airing them out. So I wasn't laughing at the situation. I don't think this shit is funny. Not at all.
Like I said, I took a lot of notes, so forgive me if I just end up reading off my notes. The first and probably most severe reason is that one of the rules that I set for myself a long time ago about withholding this information was that if I ever felt like somebody else was in danger of being hurt, I would then make myself speak about it. And 2 weeks ago, actually 3 weeks ago now, I was informed by 3 separate people, one of whom was present for said incident, that he had done something similar to something that he had done to me. And
so she's saying that there's another girl. Oh man. You said 3 more? You guys keep spamming 3.
I think Miz is gonna come after this news. At LowTierGod.
Oh. Hope not. Shout out for the 145 bits too.
Someone put a fork in him. Cause he's pasta.
Someone, one of whom was present for said incident, that he had done something similar to something that he had done to me. And, someone in LA at the end of September. And this person is not a streamer or content creator, but obviously that does not matter. And because of this, I cannot in good conscience sit here, knowing that I know critical information about someone that almost no one else does and not say anything. I think that most issues and dramas should stay private and off the internet. And I still hold that belief to this day, and I will hold that belief going forward. However, there are certain things that cross the line, and I say that the line has been crossed too many times to be count. There's a point where I believe that people deserve to know. I think that at a certain point, if you know a lot of things about someone and you don't say anything to look out for others,
She has an emote only?
It's wrong to keep it to yourself. I don't want what happened to me or what has happened to other people because of him to happen to other people. And I don't believe he will ever stop behaving the way he does. But regardless, yeah, like I said, one of the main reasons I decided to do this stream is to come out.
So here's the thing. Alright. I'm gonna let it play. But here's the thing. Alright, I don't know. I don't even want to say like better at it, but when Emiru is reading it, hers doesn't sound like a script. Like it sounds like actual pain. Now, I'm not trying to take anybody's side or anything like that, but I'm just giving you my input on the situation. I'm just a bystander. I'm just listening. But so when Mizkif was reading it, well, I know, when Mizkif was reading it, it sounded like a script. It sounded like a narration to a Netflix show, like a story. When Emiru is reading hers, it sounds like an actual experience. Miz showed DMs and videos. I'm sure he did, but I mean, bro, as a guy, you can't beat certain shit. Like, look what happened to Bill Cosby. I'm not trying to put Mizkif in the same category as Bill Cosby, but bro, Bill Cosby had fun with some chicks back in the 70s. All these chicks, 40 fucking years later, aired his shit out. Now he could never shake it. Dude lost hella money, went into jail in his 80s or 70s or 80s or something like that. Boom, nobody knows where Bill Cosby is now. He fell off the face of the planet, so seems a bit dangerous. Let's continue to press play.
Not about all of this because I can't hold on to it any longer because it feels wrong to do so. And an honorable mention reason for why I'm doing this is that for a while.
Hey yo, shout out for the fucking 50 in super chat. Faded. Dang, yo, shout out for the fucking 50 over there. I know it's a serious moment, but oh shit, big salo for the 50. Appreciate all the support tonight on YouTube. Have a good night too. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for tuning in on YouTube as well. Thank you. I was gonna game, but then we got off into doing this and shit just happens. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
While he has been indirectly threatening me through my friends and people that I work with. They've informed me that he said that if I ever talked about anything he did, he would try to create a smear campaign against me in retaliation. I was told that he even approached other streamers who were close with us back when we lived together, asking them if they would join with him, and they all refused. At TwitchCon, he approached one of my employees.
Wait, hold on. So you said Bill Clinton, but Bill Clinton didn't essay. He just got top. There's a difference. Bill Clinton shit was infidelity. It wasn't an essay. so when you use like certain examples, you gotta like think for a second. Like, wait a minute. You know, that wasn't an essay situation.
If I ever talked about anything he did, he would try to create a smear campaign against me in retaliation. I was told that he even approached other streamers who were close with us back when we lived together, asking them if they would join with him, and they all refused. At TwitchCon, he approached one of my employees, threatening them and saying if I ever talked about him, he would destroy me. Multiple people have told me that his plan was to claim that I kill animals and that I killed my own rabbits.
Oh my god, hold on a second. So, I'm asking a stupid question. Emiru did this first, right? Like, did he think before he wrote the prompt? Because why would you mention the rabbits if you've already watched Emiru's shit? Why did you mention the rabbits when she literally said this before? She said it before you said it. Why would you mention the fucking rabbits? That's what I'm saying. Like, when I'm watching Emiru shit, it comes off like from a place of hurt, from a place of like, of torment, so on and so forth. And then when I was watching Mizkif, I'm not trying to shit on anybody when I say this, but I gotta call a spade. But when I was watching this shit, it didn't seem like genuine shit, and it came from a horrible place of bullshit rebuttal. Like, it doesn't correlate. You said I'm falling for it? Falling for what? Falling for what?
If they would join with him, and they all refused. At TwitchCon, he approached one of my employees, threatening them and saying if I ever talked about him, he would destroy me. Multiple people have told me that his plan was to claim that I kill animals and that I killed my own rabbits, since I had several of my rabbits pass away over the course of 3 years while I lived with him. I'm sure he's probably listening now, and it's probably gonna come as quite a shock to him that this information made its way back to me and that I've known for months. But if you try to threaten me to stay quiet, especially using my poor dead animals, I'm not going to stay quiet. Okay. So now that I've explained all the reasons why this took so long and why I made the decision to do this stream, I have a few more things I would like to get out of the way before I start talking about all of this. The way that I'm going to do this today is I'm going to run through everything from the beginning to the end to try to get across the story as accurately and fully as I can. And, hold on. Also...
You said she's fake crying? Alright, let me... So if your mom came to you right now today, or your sister or whatever the fuck, right? Any woman in your family came to you and said, with any type of tears, came to you and said, I was SA'd, like I was at a place, this guy tried to take advantage of me, forced himself up on me, just any form of SA. You're gonna tell your mom she was fake crying? You're gonna tell your sister she was fake crying? Or your girlfriend, you're gonna tell her that it's fake? I'm just saying, how can you watch both? How can you watch both? We watched the Mizkif shit, we're watching this. How could you, like, you know what I mean? You said it's easy to mask it? Alright.
Because I'm gonna run through everything from the beginning to the end to try to get across the story as accurately and fully as I can. And, hold on. Also, going to be showing a few screenshots validating what I'm saying. I have more things, but this is what I felt comfortable using today. And, I will be running through those later. Another thing that I'd like to mention before I start is that during my...
Hey, sorry guys, if you're not a sub, I just have the @ Maybe I'll remove it today, alright? Maybe I'll try to be a little bit more lenient in my chat. Yo, Shint, can you remove @LowTierGod, please? We'll just ban niggas accordingly if it's weird shit. You remove it from the Nightbot if you don't mind. Thank you. Oh, Sylvix? Is he here? Here, let me remove it. I don't need niggas getting timed out. Oh, he is. Oh, you niggas are on mobile? No, it's only for non-subs. Remove the timeout? Okay.
Statement, I'm going to be mentioning directly the names of about half a dozen other creators who were present for certain things. And I want to say that none of these people did anything wrong. I'm just saying that they were there, and I've asked all of them permission. They all said that it was fine to include their names, but I know this won't stop everyone, but I ask people, for the streamers that I mentioned, please don't go bothering them or asking them for more information. If there's something else that they want to say, they'll say it themselves, so there's no point to go pester them and bother them about it. There are also streamers who gave me permission to share things that they relayed to me privately, but asked me to redact their names, which I, of course, did. And the last thing that I want to make clear is that not every person that I interact with or that I'm friends with knew the extent of all of these things. And in fact, most of them didn't. And some of them didn't even know anything at all. I tried to keep things private with my close friends. But if anyone during the past year ever approached me asking questions, I didn't lie and I told them the truth. But, yeah, I don't want there to be some kind of witch hunt like, oh, you know, you knew and this, no, a lot of people, you know, didn't know everything or didn't know anything. Okay, I think that's, all that I have to get out of the way to start. So, this is public information. I initially moved in. Sorry, I'm still sick, like I said.
And there's people in the chat that think like that really thinks that she's lying about the situation. So you really think that a woman of Emiru's stature, right? She doesn't need to lie. She doesn't need the clout. Doesn't need the fame. Doesn't need the extra money. You think that she would lie about something like this? Amber Heard? What the fuck was going on? Oh, they were married and shit. Like I said, I'm on nobody's side in particular. I'm just listening to the sides and I'm just giving my opinion. But it's always bad and it's always horrible, I would say, when a woman accuses you of SA, because that could mean so many different things. SA could be, I kissed you I seen you cooking in the kitchen and I went from behind you and kissed your neck. You're like, stop. That's SA. SA could mean where I just see you and slap your ass. That's SA. I could gobble your box without you being 100%, you know, in consent. That's obviously SA. I mean, you could be riding my beefcake and you want to get off. Well, actually, that's something way different. The same shit, right? That's all SA, right? If a chick's riding your beefcake, you guys are in the heat of the moment. She's like, wait, I want to stop. And you're like, no, just babe. Like, she's like, no, I want to. And you're like, no, babe, like, please, just 2 more strokes. No. Yeah, that's definitely SA. You know, they're like, SA is just such a broad spectrum that it's like, you just don't want that label on you at all. You just don't want it on you under any circumstances. Nigga, I don't give a fuck if it was a peck on the cheek. If you went up and just went and was like, and just kissed her on the cheek, she's like, did I say you could fucking kiss me, you stupid fucker? You're like, but I mean, no, that's fucking sexual assault. You just don't want it at all. So no matter what the circumstance, it's bad regardless. Like, we don't know, when Emiru says SA, we don't know what style of SA, but they were in a relationship. So that's what makes it even more dangerous. Is that they were in a relationship, so they clearly had sexual contact. That could mean anything. Also, guys, when you're in relationships with chicks, don't just put your cock next to her lips and say blow. Oh, you know that's sexual assault. Some chicks don't want to dome you all the time. That's one thing too. I don't ever ask for head. I never ask for dome. You dome me when you want to dome me. And it's also going to be better anyway. If you just pop my shit out and blow, I know I'm going to get the most fire shit ever. But I'm not going to be like, babe, could I get head? That feels like SA in itself. Why am I asking for head? So it's just like, it's so many rules to being a guy that men should start practicing, especially in a timeline like this. We see bullshit like this in the media all the time. So it's like, just got to be careful. Let me see what else she has to say. Is that it, or does she say more, or? I don't ever ask for top. I keep it so fresh, so clean, so beefcakey. You're just like. So, yeah, I don't ask for top. Ever than that. I don't ask for box, I don't ask for top. She says more or no? Exactly. Meanwhile, we got somebody crying over getting twerked on. Like, that video is gonna drop tomorrow. Like, that's still ridiculous to me, considering somebody that's experienced women forcing themselves up on me since the brink of life. Like, I just don't consider that shit SA on that category. Not this category, but that other shit from yesterday. Yeah, bro, like, yeah. Anyways, does she say, she keeps going? Alright, bet. Streamer Wars is here? No. And no, I'm not gonna vote.
This is, all public, obviously, this part.
It gets much worse?
I moved in with him, I believe it was the end of 2021, because, he offered, I was, living alone at the time, and I was having, stalker issues in Kansas, and I mean, you guys know, like, all the stuff that happened there. I ended up joining the org and everything. We did a lot of streams together. And I mean, a lot of people already know this, but I'm just gonna come out and say it. We started
wanna read your message, but
we
the
were
time
in a
out.
relationship starting January 2022. After I joined OT.
He said if he was innocent, his friends would still fuck with him. He's clearly the common. I don't know what you mean by that, because they bleeped it out. So nobody fucks with Mizkif anymore? Like he doesn't have a friend group anymore? I seen the shit with the DoorDash chick. I did. She tried to say she was SA because she opened the door and it was a fat slob with his cock out. And she said she was SA when a nigga was passed out. Looking like Dr. Robotnik without clothes.
Okay.
Not the same group? Okay.
I'm not planning to go into too much detail about the start of the relationship because it honestly doesn't really matter at this point. It's irrelevant now. The only things that really matter that you guys need to know for the story are that it was, one, an extremely private relationship. It was even hidden from friends and people in the org, but I mean, obviously people all eventually figured it out. They're not fucking stupid. And second, it was an extremely codependent relationship, which it's not the issue, but that's just, you know, making that clear for details. He initially portrayed himself to me as someone who was very nice to girls and wanted to help me feel safe from stalkers and wanted me to succeed as a teammate. And we grew very close over time, and I was very dependent on him for feelings of safety, social life, like my stream, my job, everything.
Oh, Emiru should probably fuck with a black guy. If she wanted somebody that can make her feel safe. See, a black man is gonna cherish Emiru like a precious doll. Not a rog though. It's gotta be a new age black. Somebody like me, a Michael B. Jordan. Gotta be a new age. Can't be a basic black. What you got for me? Oh, I mean, if didn't we already see that or?
So yeah, besides it being a very codependent relationship, the start of it was fine. I saw a lot of people mentioning this. They thought this was what I
No,
was
I'm
going
not
to talk
shooting my
about.
shot.
Might want to speed
It's not
this
a
up.
secret.
She
I
talks
think
like that
everyone who paid
koala from
attention knew that
Zootopia.
he was very controlling over what I wore, to a degree who I was friends with, and even when I would stream. So, when it was definitely slow over time that bad things started happening. At the start, it would be things like, for example, he would throw bottles, like plastic bottles with liquid in it, not like glass bottles, at me, despite me telling him like I didn't like it and it scared me and I bruise very easily.
All
He
women.
would, throw
All,
his
look,
phone
here's.
at
Let me tell you guys
and I
something,
would tell
chat.
him, you know, it's
All women bruise easily. Not just a certain type. All women bruise easily. They just don't have as tough as an exterior as a man. I've never tossed anything at a chick before. Like in my life, I've had women toss shit at me, but I've never tossed anything at a woman before because I've always thought like, damn, like anything I do could fuck a chick up. So I never even played that fucking game. Like not one time. I never was like, bitch. I never even threw a dodgeball at a bitch. Excuse my French. I never even threw a dodgeball at a woman before. Like I never even threw a football, nothing. Like, because like, bro, maybe it's because I'm black. I think differently about how situations could play out. Like, remember when I told you guys those years ago that the Ice Queen stayed at my fucking door for hours because I wouldn't let her in? Bro, I was so scared. Shout out for the copper pledges. I was so fucking scared because I'm like, bro, I'm black. So it's like this Ice Queen is just at my door. She wouldn't leave. I had to call the cops on this chick. I wasn't playing no game. She's like, please, just let me in. Like, I want to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking, I called the cops on this bitch. Stayed outside of my door for 6 hours. I'm like, I said, if you don't leave, I'm calling the fucking cops. I was like, get away from my fucking door. And you know how it started? Because I used to play like psychological games with chicks. So I'm gonna go back to the Emiru shit, alright? I'm gonna just make this real quick. So since I'm not a guy that talks about like fucking you and shit like that, it makes, when you're a guy that don't talk about sexual shit, like you could have a sexual session, right? But you're not like, damn baby, I mean shit, the shit was fire last night, blah blah blah. And when the chick starts talking about it, it did happen. Why would I? Nigga, I've lived a life you could never live. Thank you for the 5 though. Anyways, so she starts mentioning sex, and I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, what do you mean we fucked like 3 nights ago? I'm like, no, we didn't. That shit must have made her hot. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I said, we never hooked up. I don't remember fucking you or anything. I literally just kept saying that. And she's like, if you keep saying that, I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking come over right now. And I was just like, anyways, I said, we never fucked. Anyways, we never fucked. I just kept saying I didn't fuck everything. I said, I don't even know what you're talking about. You never gave me top. We never banged nothing. Bro, when I tell you this chick pulled up an hour later and stayed outside of my fucking door for 6 fucking hours. And what sucked too is I had my window cracked. So I couldn't even go close the window. I tried to act like I was at home. This chick stayed outside of my door from early afternoon to the sun peaked behind the fucking mountains already. And I had to call the cops on this chick. Bro, even when I threatened to call the cops on this chick, she still didn't want to leave. Until she heard me, I called the cops by the window. I said, yeah, I got a Caucasian woman outside of my door. I'm black. I don't want anybody to think anything's going on. She wouldn't leave my house. It's been 6 hours. She's like, did you just fucking call the cops at me? And she had an anthropoid too. It's like, did you really just fucking call the cops at me? Just fucking let me in. She's like, I'm not gonna fucking leave. Bro, it took an hour after I called the cops for her to finally like dip. So, yeah, me personally, I don't play these throwing water bottles at chicks, getting physical. I don't do any of that shit because it's too dangerous. How's somebody gonna donate saying it didn't happen? Like, that's the fuck, nigga. How you gonna tell me what life I lived? He's like, damn, like this no bitch ever went crazy for me. My dick game must be weak. Let me just drop $5 and say it didn't happen because it never happened to me. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
It scared me. I don't like it. And one time it even hit me in the eye, which caused me to get a black eye. But he always thrown at me glass bottles at me, despite me telling him.
You can unban that guy, by the way.
Like it, and it scared me, and I bruised very easily. He would throw his phone at me. I would tell him, you know, it scared me, I don't like it. And one time it even hit me in the eye, which caused me to get a black eye. But he always, you know, was like, oh, it's an accident. And I was like, oh yeah, it's an accident. Like, you know, of course I'm not gonna think that, you know, he's, yeah, I just.
Yeah, throwing shit at your girl is crazy.
At the time, I just kind of was, you know, I just brushed it off.
Found him out for 80? Yeah, you could just make it a little.
Looking back now, I feel like that was kind of the
or something.
start of him testing my boundaries, if that makes sense. So that was already kind of starting to show signs within the first 6 months of me and him being close. And then, again, a very public situation. The end of 2022, the cover-up allegations happened. I mean, yeah, like I said, all that's public. You can find all that, see like what I said during that, everything. After that happened, his behavior started getting a lot worse, which, I mean, I suppose it makes sense. You know,
it was years ago, so she was harboring it.
A lot of stuff was happening, but
okay, just making sure my space bar is good.
ramping up, and I feel like it's so apparent. If like, you know, you go back and watch anything from that time, I tried so hard to help him and be there for him because I really believed in him, and I wanted him to, you know, get better and get back on his feet. And
isn't it crazy that she was documenting this shit the whole
I
time?
always believed that he was. But that,
Oh, you can't be evil to chicks at all.
It's not really happening.
They start documenting it.
For a long time, I think about a year and a half from when that all happened, it was kind of like slow things getting worse. But I mean, honestly, I'm not even gonna bother going into the details of all of that because there's just too much to cover, and it's honestly kind of not really relevant to the rest of what I'm saying because the rest of what I want to say is a lot worse. There was a point where things really took a turn for the worst. Like, it felt like, you know, like a very delicate branch just kind of snapped.
I wonder if she finishes her waters.
And again, a lot of people are like vaguely aware of this, but I'll explain it for people who aren't, you know, chronically tapped into all that stuff. So for a long time after the like cover-up allegations happened and he was like starting to kind of struggle on his stream, he never wanted to stream at the same time as me. Like, we really avoided it. And to me at the time it made sense because, you know, I was like, well, of course, like, you know, we share a lot of community members. If we're live at separate times, we're both gonna perform better, you know, it makes sense. But yeah, we were never really live doing the same thing at the same time for a long time, with the exception of like things like events or sponsors or like
Hell, I finished.
For a very long time. And a lot of you guys probably noticed that I would only usually stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. That was
See, this is I always say, like,
So
women
we're
are.
believing everything she's saying because she has a broken voice. Like, drop the evidence already, damn.
Here's the thing, shut up for the bits. Here's the thing about women, like, women are so much smarter than guys. Like, especially with receipts. Like, bro, there's a chick right now you fucked 5 years ago that still has your text thread. I promise you that. Or somewhere. Like, you see. No, the reason why I'm saying this is because, look. Hold on, there's something that she said. Hold on.
we're never really live doing the same thing at the same
Bro, her receipts were so crazy that she literally gave you an analytic receipt saying that I didn't stream on XYZ days because XYZ because XYZ. And we listened to Mizkif for what, an hour, and he was talking about rabbits. Bro, he should have came on here with the same type of shit, but women are just they're more analytically sound with a lot of shit. She even told people, I didn't stream this year, these specific days, because XYZ, to make sure that what I said earlier correlates with what I'm saying now. They do, bro. Thank you for the super chat, too.
At the same time as me, like, we really avoided it. And to me at the time, it made sense, because, you know, I was like, well, of course, like, you know, we share a lot of community members. If we're live at separate times, we're both going to perform better, you know, it makes sense. But, yeah, we were never really live doing the same thing at the same time for a long time, with the exception of, like, things like events or sponsors or, like, you know, just special things. For a very long time, and a lot of you guys probably noticed that I would only usually stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. That was, because of him. And, now I stream whenever I want, but, the first time that we ever...
So damn, she even threw in the fact that she was analytically in jail while she was fucking with Mizkif as well. And women are just so great at this shit. Like, this is why I just don't believe God could ever be a man. I refuse to believe that. Like, God definitely took his time. Well, not his. God definitely took their time on women way more than guys. Even from a visual aspect. Just like shit. Like, even since the beginning of time, like, women have always just beat guys at shit. Not like physically, but just, damn, like, just do your research on so many regimes that fell over women. I don't even gotta tell you history, but it's just like, shit. God never had a beard, bro. What are you talking about? Nobody's ever seen the entity.
For a very long time, and a lot of you guys probably noticed that I would only usually stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. That was, because of him. And, now I stream whenever I want, but, the first time that we ever streamed at the same time was for the 2024 Rust Kingdoms event on Twitch. We were sharing drops, so it was the first time in a very long time that we were both going to be live at the same time, doing the same thing.
You said in the Bible, God calls himself a he? Show me the fucking script, and then I'll try to figure out how to explain that. Maybe God wanted to portray themselves as a he. And let's just say, even if God is a he, God spent more time on women than men, clearly. You know, men are just, like, come on, bro. Like, look at the average guy. Gut, tits, floppy. Not saying you're supposed to be looking at men as a visual attraction, but I'm just saying, like, clearly, if you look at the human beings next to each other, God definitely spent way more time on women. Look, bro, even down to the private parts of a woman. Look at that compared to we just got cocks. Like, we just got an elephant's trunk with a tip. Like, that, you know what I mean? Especially if you got a cocker or something like that, too. You don't even got an artifact. Like, some of you motherfuckers don't even possess an artifact, so your shit's really trash. You said in the Bible, God, the Father, and the Son. That could be so vague. Maybe that's just the way God wanted to depict themselves in this realm. I don't know. But regardless of the fact, man or whatever the hell, God definitely spent way more time creating women. And you're gonna spend way more time creating the second prototype. Your second prototype's always gonna be better than your first, right? So first man was created, right? Damn, I don't know what to do with this thing. Give him a cock. The nipples, I don't even know what they're there for. We'll do something without the second prototype. Testosterone, better bone density, strong. Boom, they're done. But with women, let's take our time with this one. Alright, I want you to, let's work on the private part. Blossom. So the clitoris is gonna blossom. Basically, the vagina is gonna be an unblossomed flower. Then when it's erected, blossom the clitoris, right? Then we're gonna make curvature in the hip area to appease the man. We're gonna make breasts that also feed the anthropoids, but visually and artistically look great to appease the man, right? To put him at ease. We're gonna make the face symmetrically better. We're gonna make the eyes seductive. We're gonna make the lips luscious. Like, God was really in his bag when it came to women. Really. And then that's what made women so much better, like, at fooling niggas. Like, they were made second. So their brains, I think, work a little bit better when it comes to this shit. Just look at Emiru's response. Well, it's not even a response. Look at Emiru's homework and how she laid down things analytically down to a science compared to Mizkif talking about rabbits. So Emiru did her shit first. You had all this time to basically... You had all this time to basically just do better homework, and you just talked about rabbits and showed rabbit shit in a fucking dirty ass cage. she contacted her lawyer, but the statement, whatever she's reading, it sounds like it's from a personal diary. It doesn't sound like it's from ChatGPT or that an attorney wrote it. Does her shit sound like ChatGPT to you, or does it sound like a sealed pink diary?
Basically, I know you're probably like, what the fuck's that to do with anything? But, it'll make sense in a bit. So...
Yeah, exactly. Shiva predicted he was gonna say something about the rabbits.
He's live. We're both streaming, and like I said, you can go find all of this. This is public. There are clips of this. We're both streaming the Rust event, and I thought it was going really well. I thought everyone was having fun. I was like, oh, this is great. Everyone's doing the same thing at the same time. We're all hanging out. We're gonna have fun. Like, I was really excited.
Yeah, she got notes from years ago.
And then I start seeing in my chat people start saying unofficial Ms. Raid, and I'm like, what does that mean?
Authenticity?
And I check my Discord messages, and he's messaging me. He's saying, like, I'm gonna kill myself.
That was funny.
I'm gonna KMS. I waited so long for this, etc. Basically, he was upset because I had higher viewership than him.
Wait, what?
So long for this. He's saying, like, Emmy, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna KMS. I waited so long for this, etc.
But, like, that's a prime indication, too. If you're a woman and a guy starts talking about how he's gonna come, just end the relationship. Only an irrational man is going to keep using the fact that I'm gonna possibly come as a form of manipulation, I would say. Like, that's literally the dumbest shit. And it's also very, like, bro, like, I thought men stopped using the calm line as a teenager. Like, the last time I told a chick I was gonna come if she stopped fucking with me or whatever, bro, I think I was like 16 or some shit. 17. that was exactly, bro. I was a fucking teenager. That's a teenage line. Like, grown men, we don't, at least I thought, we don't use the calm line. Like, we don't say, I'm just, baby, I can't do it anymore. I'm gonna calm. Like, it's over. Damn, we're talking about viewership and he said he was gonna calm. It's crazy.
Unofficial Ms. Raid, and I'm like, what does that mean? And then I check my Discord messages, and he's messaging me. He's saying, like, Emmy, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna KMS. I waited so long for this, etc. Basically, he was upset because I had higher viewership than him. That's literally it. I had higher viewership than him. And like I said, this is during an event, so there were drops. Like, everyone knows when there's drops, like, it's not even fucking real, but...
I'm gonna calm because I don't get the right of viewers. Yo, if that's the case, I should calm every night because... I should threaten I'm gonna calm every night, chat, because sometimes I get a ban, sometimes I don't. Like, you know what I mean? I'm never, like, looking at my viewership like, man, these niggas ain't tapping in tonight like that. You know what, chat, I'm gonna calm. Bro, the luxury that some of these niggas have is literally crazy. AJ Cars, thank you for the 5 get to. Yo, chat, we did an 8-hour stream last night and we only did 35 subs in 8 hours. I'm gonna calm. Like, bro, the luxury some of these streamers have is crazy. I'm just thankful to have an audience that fucks with me no matter what the viewership at this point. I mean, I've been doing this for so long, but to threaten to calm over to my girlfriend over viewers is literally insane. Shit, shut up for the candy. It's literally fucking insane.
This is during an event, so there were drops. Like, everyone knows when there's drops, like, it's not even fucking real, but yeah,
yeah, bro, he gets nasty viewers too.
Really upset. I tried to tell him, I was like, bro,
I watched it before this.
Come back and play. Everyone's having fun. Everyone's like wondering where you are. But yeah, he ended his stream, and then...
You know what, chat? If we don't get...
LTG, don't come cloaks, drop a candy to save, LTG.
Chat, if we don't fucking hit 4K subs by the end of the stream, I swear to God, I'm calming. Like, no bullshit. There's no fucking way that we should be doing 8-hour streams. I don't hit 4K, I'm calming. Like... Wait, hold on, you said what's calm? You don't want to fucking know. You don't want to fucking find out. Just don't fucking let me go to the 8th hour of this stream and we don't hit 4K. It's gonna be very bad. Imagine I just say shit like that. I'm just texting my girl, I'm just texting.
Did Mizkif mean when he said I'm so gay in his response video?
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. That was actually kind of crazy. We actually watched it live. Space for shut up for the 27 months. And so it's like now he might piss off the LGBTQ because correlating crying to gay men, it's like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, we'll see if somebody catches that.
I'm still live, trying to act like nothing's wrong. And, in that house, I had a glass door, so I could, see this was happening. He was walking behind me, making sure that I knew he was there. And by the way, so there were many ways out of that house if he wanted to leave the house that were closer to his stream room. He intentionally chose the door that was right by my room. I feel like that's pretty apparent, at least to me. He starts walking behind my stream and slamming the door so loud that my noise gate can pick it up. So even people on my stream are able to hear this is happening. And he slams it so hard and so many times that the front door literally broke. The lock did not work anymore. It didn't work for months, and it would just make this horrible sound that I would have to hear like every fucking day. But anyway, so I hear him back there doing this, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I tell my stream, I'm like, hey, guys, I'll be right back. I get up and I go talk to him. I'm like, hey, what's going on? He's like, Emmy, like, I hate all these.
Wait, you said Emiru was telling the truth? They leaked the videos of him abusing his ex? What, like Twitter today? Damn, imagine like being blessed with thousands of people to watch your stream, and you're upset because your girlfriend is beating you in viewership. So you start pouting and slamming the fucking door. Look, chat, thank you guys for being here tonight. No bullshit. I'm grateful whether I get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever the fuck. I appreciate you. That's kind of crazy. Like some of these streamers don't realize how great they have it. If you have 10,000 plus people to watch you every night, you do realize that's 10 fucking thousand people. You know what 10,000 people looks like in a room? You know what 1,000 people looks like in one room? Didn't you have 40 fucking K tonight? It's just like shit. Let's press play.
You guys, like, all you guys do is just take from me, and like, I'm just done. Like, I'm just done.
Yeah,
and
bro.
I was like, is this like really happening because of rush drops? And he was like, I don't know what else to do. He was like going off on me, like basically saying that he hated me. And I was like, well, I don't know what to do now. And he was like, go finish your stream so that people don't know
bro.
nothing's wrong. And I stop in the bathroom outside my stream room, and I'm like, you know, checking my makeup, trying to make sure people can't tell that I was like crying. And I'm only in there for like 30 seconds, and he comes and like looms in the doorway. He's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm just checking my makeup. So I go back and I stream for a couple hours, finish the stream, do my best. To just,
hold
like,
on, chat. Could you guys, if you have video footage, could you PM it to my mod Virtual Mill, or PM it to Shint, PM it to my mods, and they'll put it in my Twitter community so that I could watch it.
carry on. The show basically.
You said her story doesn't add up. She acted like she never had a relationship for 3 years. Well, here's the thing with that. Let me explain that to you very quickly and briefly. So the appeal is, as a female streamer that is popular, you want to appear single. It's called marketing, right? It's called playing the analytic game correctly. Bro, I know chicks right now that's extra popular, XYZ. I know a lot of shit about a lot of streamers. Whether you know it or not, I've had conversations with people, like so on and so forth. A female streamer on any type of level should never admit that she has a boyfriend, especially if you have a strong male audience. Why the fuck would you do that? You're gonna fuck up your analytics, you're gonna fuck up your viewership. The whole point is to appear single. You think a lot of these big streamers aren't wifed up? Hey Shane, could you post it in the TwitterCon? All the links posted in TwitterCon.
And yeah, after that, like
You're
I
not
said,
in the
when things
TwitterCon?
started to get really fucking bad. It was
Alright, send it to Virtual, he'll post it in TwitterCon.
like something just snapped. For the rest of the week, he streamed the Rust event. He got all the drop viewers. I'm sure he was very happy. I mean, good for him.
Wait, hold on. You say you remember when people found out Alinity was married? Her viewers dropped massively? Hold on, Alinity is married? I had no idea. Yeah, it's best to keep shit like that a secret. She was. Oh, okay.
And during that time, I obviously was like thinking and processing a lot of what happened. But I mean, it was a lot because this person was at the time like kind of it was like my partner and my best friend and like the only person that like I really talked to ever, or like at least off stream. So I mean, it was a lot. But the very next stream, I went live about a week after that, and I announced that I was planning to move because I knew that I would have to move. So I was like, okay, I have to go live and say this so that, you know, kind of force myself to commit to it, right? Does that make sense? Obviously, I didn't move out right away, but after like all of that Rust stuff happened was when the other domestic abuse stuff really started.
And domestic abuse,
He
huh?
would destroy furniture in front of me. He would throw things in front of me and near me. Destroy walls. Again, you can go see this in some of his VODs in his bedroom.
Bro, she's just airing this nigga out completely. You know, Mizkif, I hope he just, whenever he said he's gonna just air out everything, bro, you might as well just come on stream the next time you fucking go live and just, this chick cooked you. Emiru, I don't want to call her this chick, but Emiru cooked you, bro. The receipts are insane. She's talking about timestamps and days she was streaming, so on and so forth. You said, can we skip this and do something else for this Saturday? Bro, this is out of the norm. Like, usually I'm playing a game or doing some other shit.
Holes in the wall. There would be times where he was upset at me, and I would go to my stream room and literally lock myself in to get away from him, and he would be banging on the door and screaming at me. And at the time, he also would more often do things like going, like if we were driving in the car together, he would be going like 150 miles an hour and like...
Oh my god. Didn't the nigga just say on his video after this that he would go 150 miles per hour? I don't think he properly prepared. I don't think he properly prepared that statement. Mizkif should have waited, just like Tay said earlier, he should have waited like 3 days before he went live. He should have waited 2 to 3 days to go live. I wouldn't have went live right then and there. I would have just waited 48 hours and really just compiled my shit. Someone on Twitter said he uses ChatGPT text. I know, we kind of got that.
One time he even said like, well, now we're both gonna die. Like threatening to kill both of us.
Oh my god. I gotta hit the sound effect. Oh, so Mizkif is a true blue Zack, like to the core. You know what? You know what her explaining Mizkif sounds like to me. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Just a little bit comical. How do you spell this shit? Wahlberg.
Here. Security will come.
There's no siren.
We'll still get the signal. Larry will come.
No, it's disconnected. The system works through the phone lines.
It doesn't matter. No one's getting in here, Steven. You designed it, remember? Reinforced doors, no entry without the code. Dad. David's got the code.
It all could have been different, Mr. Walker. You should have allowed nature to take its course. In the end, it will anyway. So let me in the fucking house!
Oh fuck, man, she's describing this nigga like Mark Wahlberg in fucking Fear to an extent. I'm gonna calm us both. Says she got proof too. I'm pretty sure she does. She's a woman.
And at the time, he also would more often do things like going, like if we were driving in the car together, he would be going like 150 miles an hour. And like one time he even said like, well, now we're both gonna die. Like threatening to kill both of us. And this wasn't like even necessarily because of me or like because of something I did a lot of the time. Like one of the times that it happened, it was because we were just getting food and he was on his phone and he saw that Mr. Beast had put out a video and Mr. Beast had invited another streamer and he was like, oh, Mr. Beast invited this guy to his video, not me. And I was like, oh, well, you know, like, huh, yeah, I guess so. Which led to him going 150 miles per hour in the car and talking about killing himself while doing it.
Oh my god, bro. This doesn't get any better. It's like the more she continues, the worse it gets. You know what? Hold on, where's my sound effect at?
Look at me in the fucking eyes and say that again!
It's like it's not getting any better, any easier to listen to. It's like fuck.
Then at home, other things would happen. Like I'd be trying to sleep and he would scream at me and say that
it gets
it was
worse
all
too?
my fault that he felt, I guess so. Which led to him going 150 miles per hour in the car and talking about killing himself while doing it. Then at home, other things would happen. Like I'd be trying to sleep and he would scream at me and say that it was all my fault that he felt insecure. There was a time that I walked into a room that he was in And as soon as he saw me there, he threw his phone at the dresser and started yelling because I had posted a YouTube video within the same couple of days as him, and mine was doing better. So basically, I felt like...
Damn, this is actually kind of fucking sad, man. Does she have parents or anything? Or like, fuck? Look at me! No, she's Asian. She has parents. Who am I kidding? If she was black, I'd be like, she don't have parents.
I was kind of stuck in a loop where I felt like I had to constantly perform and like prove my value to not be thrown away. But at the same time, if I ever performed too well, I was gonna be punished for it. And it just felt like a very rough situation to be stuck in because, I mean, streaming is my hobby and my job. Like, it's a huge part of my life, even before, you know, I met him and became like a larger creator. And I remember thinking all the time how it felt like he hated me, but he still wanted me around for his channel and like his thumbnails and everything.
You know what's crazy is he did say he was using her for content, remember? Look at me in the fucking eyes and say that again!
And this is still before I moved out. There was a time where it was the tension in the house was so unbearable that I would sneak out and I would sneak into Esfan's house using my code. And Esfan didn't know why I was doing this. He saw me a couple times. I'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna go take a nap in your guest room. He'd be like, yeah, that's fine. I would sneak into Esfan's house just to have some time of like peace and quiet. But eventually he figured out where I was going and he would go over to Esfan's house to keep telling me off. And there was a time that he did it, and I was laying in the guest room bed.
Laughed at the sound effect.
And one of the roommates in that house had come to see like why I was crying, and they were standing in the corner. And he came in, and he was very physically aggressive. He was like, "Emmy, like, what are you doing?" Like, angry. And then as soon as he turned and saw this other person standing there, he instantly like deflated and changed his tone. He was like, "Oh, Emmy, I was wondering where you were. Like, are you coming home?" And that roommate like later asked me about it. And they were like, "What the fuck was that? Like, are you okay?" And I was just like, "Oh, it's nothing," because I felt like a lot of the reason that I didn't tell the people around me was because I felt like no one would understand, or even if they understood, it would just be a burden to them because all of our streams and social circles and communities are so intertwined. I was like, maybe it's just better for me to deal with this and like hope things get better. Basically.
Yeah, it's Red Bull, I can tell.
I honestly don't even remember what the final straw was that I finally was like, okay.
So they caught that views on video?
Like, I prepared the house that I lived in before this one, like, pretty much immediately after the, like, breaking the front door thing happened, but I was still, like, scared and unsure. So I don't remember what the final straw was, but I remember the day I took Cheddar to the house, because he just randomly started, like, screaming at Cheddar. He was like, "Get that fucking cat out of my house." So I just...
Damn, cats too? Not the cat, you know I love cats.
Grabbed Cheddar and put him in my car, and grabbed his litter box and took him there, and I just left him there and never took him back to that house. And then, I think, like, within several days after that was when I finally moved out. It was on very short notice.
I need a Red Bull sponsor.
Like I said, I don't even remember what the final straw was because so many things happened, but there was a time when I just knew. I called some movers, I said, "Hey, can you come tomorrow?" And they're like, "Yeah," and then I literally moved the next day. Moving out into the last house that I lived in was a huge step mentally because, like I said, a big part of why I moved into the first house in Texas in the first place was because I felt like it was the safest option for me because, you know, I am a girl where it's like kind of scary for me to be living alone. So it was very hard, and at the time, even though like all these other things had already happened, I was very hopeful that me and him could be cordial and like eventually like things would be fine, at least publicly, like for stream reasons, that, you know, everyone can just keep streaming like nothing had happened. And, you know, at the time I thought that would be the best thing to do, and I felt like if I, you know, separated myself from him without explaining anything, people that watched us wouldn't understand and would attack me. I was yeah, I mean, it ended up happening anyway, so, but After I moved out, we, like I said, still kept in contact. I had hope that somehow things would get better. He would always beg for me to come back, and he would promise therapy and change and
She has it in emote mode only,
talk
that's
to
why.
other people and like kind of present like, oh, I want
Because
to
of the situation.
change. I want to be better for Emmy or whatever, you know. There was a short period in October where we had broken up because, I mean, it honestly doesn't matter now. And when that happened, I honestly felt relieved because I was like, okay, finally, it's like on his terms, so that means he'll be satisfied and he'll be able to say it was his choice, and he'll leave me alone.
Yeah, they were in a relationship.
Because whenever I would try to push for it, it just felt like I couldn't like really sever it, if that makes sense. But I mean, obviously, hence he told me the stream, that was not the end of it. A week after this breakup, he asked to come over to my house and talk from closure. He came to my house, and I was crying like crazy because the emotions were just very high because I was dealing with a lot of major shifts in my life as a result of me attempting to try to distance myself from him.
I hate card games. Thank you for the sub.
So yeah, we were just talking and I was crying a lot.
Yeah, I just was staring at the screen for too long, so I need to put on my blue lights.
Try to comfort me by hugging me while I was sitting on the couch. And because
Yeah, he's the one that said that she wanted to marry him.
Because I was dealing with a lot of major shifts in my life as a result of me attempting to try to distance myself from him. So yeah, we were just talking and I was crying a lot. He started to try to comfort me by hugging me while I was sitting on the couch and holding me really close to him. And when this was happening, we hadn't talked in quite a while, and I'm usually very uncomfortable with being touched a lot by people.
I knew it was coming. I knew what was coming next.
Close to him. And when this was happening, we hadn't talked in quite a while, and I'm usually very uncomfortable with being touched a lot by people that I'm not in a relationship with. But
Oh, down the
I let him
comments, she
hold
had
me
every
while I was
chance to rip
crying,
the micro. Can't be that good.
and he
I think it's, I think Asian girls just felt safer with white guys. I think that's what it is. And on top of that, I feel like why a lot of Asian chicks prefer to fuck with white guys is because Asian girls' parents, they know that their grandkids are still gonna basically be Asian. So that's why they don't mind if their, if their offsprings fuck with white guys. So I think that's why they kind of get a pass. I think that's why Asian girls really geared towards white guys. She's half white, but yeah, I wouldn't been able to tell. You see what I mean?
started kissing me in my face, and I let him do it. I was still sobbing a lot. And then, suddenly, he tried to climb on top of me and aggressively shoved his hand down my pants.
Oh, alright, it's a wrap for this nigga. Like, what else more needs to be said? I'm still gonna let it play, but I don't know, I guess maybe he was thinking it was a movie. Like, you ever see a fucking movie? Or a show? Like, I was just watching a ghetto black show called Beauty in Black, where the woman repeatedly told her driver to leave, right? I guess she started fucking her driver / bodyguard. She repeatedly told this guy to leave. He's like, no, I'm not leaving. You want this dick. And she was just like, get out of my fucking office right now. He's like, I'm not going nowhere. And he starts grabbing her box and was like, ooh, I could tell you wet too. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't got the balls to do shit like that. Like, you just can't be acting out scenes in movies. This is what happens when you try to act out scenes in movies. I guess he thought it was sexy or some shit for him to just hop on Emiru and just start kissing her and grabbing her box. Like, bro, this is real life. This shit is not a fucking movie. Like, what the fuck?
Crying. And he started kissing me in my face, and I let him do it. I was still sobbing a lot. And then,
I don't know
suddenly,
what the fuck he was thinking, bro.
he tried to climb on top of me and aggressively shoved his hand down my pants. And, I screamed.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And when I screamed, he jumped off me like a cat, like. And, instead of apologizing or checking if I was okay, he said, I feel weird now. I feel like I did something wrong. I have to go. And he immediately left my house while I was still crying. Without, checking if I was okay or anything.
On top of that, like, what would make you grab the box right there? Like, it wouldn't even have been, like, it wouldn't even been soaked. Like, she's crying. She's in emotional distress. How was her box even going to be grabbable at that particular time? This is why I'm a firm believer women make the moves first. Like that. There's no way I would have thought, let me just, you know what, my girl's crying her eyes out. You know, yeah, I kissed her forehead. Boom. All right, time to grab box.
And at the time, I was still making excuses for him, and I was still afraid of causing trouble for other streamers around us, or like, you know, making things weird for viewers. I know that probably sounds crazy, but like, I just felt this pressure, like I had to try to keep things together, if that makes sense. I felt like I'd caused trouble for so many other people if I ever said anything bad about him, or if I caused rifts in our friend group or streamer group. I tried to stay on good terms with him and hold everything in, and also I still cared about him a lot, and I still at that point had hope that things would get better, and that, you know, he would improve. And he'd also always hammer into me how he never physically abused me because he never hit me. And he would coach me and tell me to tell people, or other streamers who were asking about it, because they were concerned. He would say, tell them that I never hit you. Make sure that they know that I never hit you. Around the same time, this was during OnlyFans 2, so
exactly.
I guess like.
So my thing is this. Just like everybody kept saying in chat, the self-awareness is literally at a 0%. What would make you think Emiru is never gonna mention any of this one day? That's the crazy thing. Like, he would have been better off just airing the shit out himself. Like, when a woman is holding on to this much trauma, right? She's gotta talk to somebody one day. And then she's a streamer, so it makes it 10 times worse. Sometimes as a streamer, you feel like the only people you talk to throughout that day maybe was your chat, maybe was your stream. Streaming is fun, right? If you do it well, for me it's fun, but it's also a way to vent. It's also a way to speak to people. Like me, I can go a whole day not talking, right? Until I hop on stream. So like, it was only evident that one day she probably was gonna mention this shit.
He would often message me in the middle of my streams and berate me for things like playing the same class as him in WoW, because he thought it would make people think that I was better than him.
Damn. Bro, this is the most Zach bullshit I've ever... what the fuck? Are you really just fucking playing the same class as me? You know what, you know what, I'm tired of it. Look at me in the fucking eyes and say that again!
And again, like I said earlier, I felt like I was stuck in a constant loop where I had to perform well to not be thrown away, but if I performed too well, I was gonna be punished. And I actually wanted to show some of those messages, because obviously a lot of these things, I'm not gonna fully read these out, because I honestly just don't want to read them out, but I feel like I want to show them to, like, kind of...
Damn, she got a whole fucking folder.
Show what I'm saying.
She gonna zoom in for us? You know what else I think is real squeegee-ish about the shit, too? Why do these motherfuckers communicate in Discord? This is the same motherfucker that was like, this is the same kind of shit that happened before. Like, didn't... The last thing we covered where the chick tried to air out Corey because he didn't want a relationship with her and she posted Discord messages. The weirdo that the chick was found in the back of his car calmed. That was Discord messages. Like, I didn't know that male and females communicate on Discord. That's odd to me. Nigga, I didn't say I find essay funny, nigga. I'm laughing at the sound effect. Look at me the fucking... Don't come in here with that lame shit, nigga. Don't even try it on me, bro. Too weak 'em. Don't even try that shit with me.
We're sorry.
Don't come in here late, not knowing what the fuck we're laughing at and try to pin some bullshit on me.
Probably post the VOD of this somewhere, so if, you know, you want to read this later, that's fine, I guess. And again, this was all happening while I was live. You can
look, they even have like the same like animations at the corner of their screen. Like his is a frog, and hers is like a cute bunny.
Literally go find the stream and see me trying to deal with this while I'm live in the middle of a dungeon, trying to just play the fucking game.
Bro, look at these long ass messages.
Oh fuck, I think
Lord, I don't know. I don't want to say the rest of it, but thank you for the 12 months. Sounds too close to the other word.
Tank, Emmy, do it. Let me handle all the hate, the criticism, that you're worse than Emmy's, that Emmy is so much better. The people saying you're better in every chat, the comparisons says nobody will ever be on my side. Let me deal with it. You have fun. I asked you not to become a tank. You didn't listen. And now it's the classic, what was I supposed to do? I'm not dealing with this. And like I said, you can go find the stream. But for context, I was playing Warrior in World of Warcraft in like a level 24 dungeon. It was like Silverpine. Like, it was just like, it wasn't even like, it was like dog shit gameplay, I'm gonna be honest. Like, so, yeah,
I'm just in disbelief that he was crashing out on Emiru. For what class she played in. Thank you for the gold pledge, Joe the Animator. I'm really fucking blown away here. Like, this is crazy. Like, this shit is like worse than like probably the shit that Kanye West was texting to Kim. Like, imagine the shit that she can leak.
Read that later, I suppose. If yeah, like I said before.
Yeah, read it, bro.
Like dog shit gameplay,
I don't want to read it
honest.
because it's like I don't want to use my eyesight to do it. Which you guys probably want me to read it Zach style, I bet. I don't want to read it because I don't play WoW and I don't play League. They play WoW, right? Not League. You said play the soundbite? That'll be better than me reading it, alright?
Look at me in the fucking eyes and say that again!
Like, so, yeah, 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 you can, read that later, I suppose, if,
That's equivalent. You said the last message was crazy? Hold on, let me...
dungeon.
Which one?
It was like Silverpine.
Which one are you telling me to read? Which last one is crazy? The fourth one, or were you talking about the sixth? This one right here? Bro, I really don't want to read them all. She didn't even want to read them all. You said he's got to be rocking a micro? I don't even know why you got timed out. That's what I'm saying. Like, do you really act like this if you have a BBC? You know what? I did always say no BBC equals anger. Maybe this is a prime indication. Yeah, remember that one song, Lotto had where it was called Big Dick Energy? How she said she likes big dick energy. You know, when you gotta package the swinging accordingly, there's just some things that just don't bother you.
Like, it was just like, it wasn't even like, it was like dog shit gameplay, I'm gonna be honest. Like, so, yeah, 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 you can, read that later, I suppose, if, yeah, like I said before, hold on. I was constantly trying so hard to compromise with him because I wanted to be cool and I wanted us to be able to coexist in the same streaming sphere. But I felt like I could never win, and he hated my whole existence. Like, ever since that one stream where I had, like, a little bit more viewers than him. And he would say that it was my fault that his stream was dying because most of his viewers liked me, and whenever he hit on another girl, it would be...
Wait, I got a question. How is this stream done? I've never seen Mizkif with low views in my entire life. So, like, what does it mean?
Telling you, I'm trying so hard to not to have any libido. I try so much. Dude, half my pills on my desk are for me to try to make sure that I can have any testosterone levels, but it just...
What? It just...
It's just not enough. Have any libido. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm trying so hard to not to have any libido. I try so much. Dude, half my pills on my desk are for me to try to make sure that I can have any testosterone levels, but it just...
What? It just...
It's just not enough. Maybe I take too much. Maybe
I'm
my
sorry.
honestly, don't be sorry to me. Be sorry to Maya.
I'm sorry, Maya. We should send her a fruit cake.
We should send her a postcard or something.
A fruit basket.
I mean, does that... He said he's trying not to have libido? I'm confused. Because, I mean, you want libido. Oh, he's trying to have libido. Well, no BBC equals.
Refuse or not take it seriously
I gotta
because
urinate, hold
he
on.
knew that me and him were together privately. And he said if he would be able to hit on other girls and convince them that it was real, he would get his career back. That was like, started within the last couple of weeks that we spoke to each other. He started, saying terrible things to me about other streamers in Austin. In particular, one specific streamer who, I know there's a lot of people that know he has beef with certain streamers. It was not one of those streamers. It was someone who, to this day, has been nothing but nice to him. He would say horrible things about this person, like about them in their stream, and it was very hard to listen to. And just in general, he would say horrible things about other streamers in Austin, like, I quote, "I hate everyone here. You are all useless to me. You're worthless to me because it does nothing for my stream anymore to collab with any of you." And him saying that was the final straw for me. The day that he said that to me about other people was the first day that I ever, for the first time, started to ignore his calls and messages. And because of that, he even threatened to come to my house if I didn't answer. But I did end up calling him back, and I spoke to him, and I basically told him that I felt like I could finally see things for what they were. And he started panicking, and he was super apologetic, and he was saying he didn't want to lose me, which wasn't the first time that he like did something like that and was like, you know, basically begging me not to leave. But that was definitely the most extreme time. And again, like I said, I always had the hope that things would be cordial, or that, you know, we could be fine with each other. So I agreed, and we agreed we were going to talk about all of that. We talked about it about a week later, and instead of apologizing for anything, he basically told me that he realized he needed to go to Japan and LA to get his viewership back up, and he was basically too young to focus on friendships and relationships. And it was I mean, despite everything, like I said, I still cared about him, so it was still hard. And
These chicks really just a BBC stallion. They'll treat them right.
It was like a mix of feelings, you know, like I was devastated, but I was also so relieved. But because of the past incidents during like other fights and times I would try to separate myself from him, past incidents during those times of him manipulating me into staying close with him and giving him more chances, sexually assaulting me, the abuse, and just him generally not being a very nice person. After that, I decided that the only solution and way for me to move forward, I made the hard decision, but I know now for sure the right one, was to finally completely cut contact with him. I knew it'd be very hard because our careers and our communities were so intertwined, but I knew that I had to do it and that there was no other choice. So I have not spoken to him since January of this year. It's been 10 months.
I mean, the thing about it is, like, he still went live and got, like, 50 pieces and everything like that. So, I mean, Mizkif has built he's built a fan base that regardless of what happens, they're gonna rock with him. Same shit when, the thing happened with the Dr. Disrespect. He still had people pulling up, pumping super chats into his stream like no tomorrow, so. But, will he lose some viewers, and what, does he have a negative, stigma to him? Absolutely. A girl that you're in a relationship with accused you of SA, which is sexual assault, verbal assault, aka, you know, yeah, mental, so on and so forth. So it doesn't look good at all. You know, it's gonna increase her viewership. It'll increase Mizkif's viewership until he's done talking about the situation. But ultimately, you know, he loses in this one because now anybody in his space is gonna be like, wait a minute, Emiru, like, who was he actually talking about? Like when he was talking shit about streamers, like, was it me? So it just opens up too many other stargates that lead to bullshit.
But you think that's the end? It is unfortunately not. I haven't spoken to him since January of this year. It only took a couple of weeks, but soon the messages started.
I mean, he's not going to jail, but I don't think she's gonna press charges.
He
But
has
she did try to
contact me over 40 times.
fuck his career up.
Over 40 times
sure.
individually this year in individual texts, Discord messages, Instagram DMs, and phone calls.
Damn, he tried all that.
And I'm just gonna show those.
Damn, son. Damn, she even So he was hitting her up. She wasn't responding, but she just said she was documenting everything. Did I react to Mizkif response? We watched it live. JK3, thank you for the sub for 6 months.
And at first it started simple, be confusing messages, or like him expressing he was worried about things. Like, at first it wasn't anything weird.
And so he was just blowing her up like this. And she just ignored him. And fucking documented everything.
This is not someone who loves or cares about you.
Damn. Bro, this is like, these, like, shit like this is like text like this I'm expecting from like a chick. You please answer my phone. Look how she blew that one up. Just let me in the fucking house. What's this shit you got?
So let me in the fucking house!
This is fucking insane, bro. Look, this is crazy. Bro, she pulled up all the Discord DMs, all the fucking Instagram DMs. Any place he DM'd her, she's plastering the shit on screen. This is making him look so fucking bad. Bro, I've never seen a crash out this crazy on public display.
And keep in mind, this is only things that he sent to me. I can't document all the things that people told me that he was saying.
I had a question. Has Mizkif ever fucked with like any hot chicks on stream? Somebody said it in chat that kind of resonated. You said when you lose your first bad bitch. It must have been something about Emiru that just made him just... Sometimes you just meet like a certain chick in life that you feel like you'll never find another one like that again. Emiru must have been like that for him.
And just kind of a funny
Thank you for the
side
silver
note, I
pledge.
guess.
Whiskey, bro.
I would like to highlight this message because doesn't really matter, but I ran it through the ChatGPT checker and all the highlights. Like I said, doesn't really matter. I just thought it was interesting.
I mean, I don't think Asian chicks are size queens anyway, unless they, you know, graduate to BBCs.
Yeah. Like I said at first, the messages were just simple things, like him saying he was worried about things or saying no one was talking to him, which I don't think was even true at the time. I think he was just saying that to try to guilt me into responding to him. I'm not sure about that, of course. This also extended to in-person interactions, because initially I made the mistake of thinking that I only had to cut him off through private communication, and you know, we would be fine going to the same events and parties and such. I also had to start... Hold on, I'm still fucking sick.
The water's contaminated now.
I made the mistake of thinking that I only had to cut him off through personal, private communication, but I also had to start avoiding going to the same parties or places I was worried he'd be in person. Because this was after he came back from his first trip to Japan.
So she's also labeling him a stalker.
There was a party that I attended several months after I first went into contact with him. I was aware that he would be there, and I thought it'd be fine. I thought it wouldn't be a big deal. I thought I'll just let him have his space. I'll have my space. You know, it's not a big deal. We're adults, right? During this party, I felt like like he was following me around and monitoring me, but I thought that I was just being paranoid. I was like, it's probably just in your head. I was hanging out with Nick and Catchy and a couple other friends. And at some point, Nick was like, it's too fucking loud down here, let's go upstairs. No one's upstairs. Let's just go, you know, chill in a room and like talk where it's not so loud. And I was like, okay. So they as a group.
Oh, I heard this is a rumor. I heard that this chick's not actually his sister. Bacon Bits Oink. Thank you for the prime. You reminded me to never eat swine.
Went upstairs first without me, but it took me a bit longer to
Yeah, I heard that's
there
not his sister.
because someone like stopped me and was talking.
I don't know if it is or it's not.
And I did feel like, I mean, he was like standing pretty close to that person. I felt like he was watching me, but again, I thought I was just being paranoid. But I went upstairs. I was hanging out with Nick and Catchy and, you know, our other friends. And then about 30 minutes later, the room that we're in, the door opens. It's Miz. He opens the door, makes eye contact with me, goes, ooh, and then closes the door and leaves. And I was like, what the fuck? But again, I was still trying my best to, you know, give the benefit of the doubt, like, you know, maybe it's just like an awkward situation or something. But a couple months later, the person that he was hanging out with that night reached out to me privately and was apologizing. And I was like, why? And they're like, I just felt like I had to apologize to you because I felt so bad and so embarrassed of what was going on. Like, yes, he wanted to see what you were doing. He was saying, like, I want to go see what's upstairs, and he was checking every room. And then after he opened the room that you were in with Nick, he closed the door and started laughing, and then he just wanted to talk about, you know, how you guys broke up for the next, like, however many hours of the night. So you were in with Nick.
So is this the,
He closed the door and started
what was the cat called? Cheddar?
laughing, and then he just wanted to talk about, you know, how you guys broke up for the next.
And this couldn't have been any more perfect. Then Cheddar runs in the background. After she talked about how Cheddar was being threatened by Mizkif. Just everything's just too damn perfect about this. Let me see what the fuck you're doing. Yeah, I figured that she wasn't.
Like, however many hours of the night. So I was like, wow, okay,
I'll check right now.
I guess. The next story, that I want to tell involves what happened to me, Valkyrie, and Cinna earlier this year when we were attacked at the Santa Monica Pier. Because, that was obviously... Hold on, let me close all these fucking texts. I don't want to look at them. They're still on my desktop. Where was I? Yeah, so, yeah, it happened March 3rd of this year. A lot of people were talking about it.
I mean, is there anything else? I mean, how much more can she bury Mizkif? Like, bro, I would never want to fucking cock like that. The one that I just seen on the thing, just a long ass Dodger dog. Nah, no thanks. That shit had no width. You said there's much more. Bro, I'd rather have a thick cocker than a fucking long ass Dodger dog. Fuck that shit. That shit, bro. Yo. Like, who would want a cock like that? I would not want a dick like that. Look, I'd be cool with a thick cocker. Fuck you. Yo, fuck a BBC Junior at that case. Just give me a thick cocker and I'm good. That shit was a straight up Dodger dog. That shit's wild, bro. This bitch not feeling shit. This thing got a stroke to the left, to the right, to the up, to the down, just for to feel something. That shit might not even work. Fuck. Alright, is there more? Cause this shit is almost over. Fuck, I'm a 2X it. I got other shit I wanna watch.
Talking about how me, Ray, and Cinna were attacked. Which was not an issue. Like, we had no issue with that. Like, obviously it's big news, people are gonna talk about it. It should be talked about. We had, like, no issue with anyone talking about it and covering it, and that included him. I was fine with that. He joined in on that whole thing of people going to talk about it.
Nah, it had nothing to do with this situation, the Dodger dog shit. It had nothing to do with this.
And again, I'd like to remind people at this point, we were already a couple months into me being no contact with him, making it clear.
They could Google what a Dodger dog is.
And so during the stream, he was covering what happened to me, Ray, and Cinna. He decided that he was going to tell more of my personal stalker stories that I've never personally talked about or shared publicly myself. And one of these stories was one that like no one knew at all, and like
Are we gaming tonight?
it just felt so shitty because
Bro, I'm 4 hours into stream. How am I gonna game? Maybe at the
like,
very end if that.
all the people that lived in that area together, we all came together and we all kind of decided, and this was heavily pushed by him. We should never talk about this because people are gonna be weird. It puts Emmy in more danger, and it gives people ideas.
Yo,
so we're gonna talk about
send
it. But
help. Shut up for the gold,
as soon
please.
as
Thank you.
there's some big drama that he's not involved in, and he finds a way to bring up, oh, I was there for something that happened to Emmy. He does it. He was on a stream talking about these personal stories of mine, and I caught wind of it. And by the way, it was also so frustrating not saying anything at this time because the way he told those stories, he kind of framed himself as like the hero. He was like, oh, I held the stalker at gunpoint. No. The only person who ever came into contact face to face with that stalker before the police came was Bonnie. Bonnie is the person who found that guy outside, went inside, told everyone, called the police. The police came. All Miz did was he stood far away from the front door, behind glass and metal, with a gun.
Just seeing cheddar in the back.
I understand, still very scary, but why are you acting like you, like, if anyone deserves credit for that, it's Bonnie. Like, it's literally stolen valor. I'm so glad I finally get to say that because she
Join casino, thank you for the 11 months.
Safe, not him. Anyway, back to the original thing, the rain and stuff. I was obviously panicking, like I just had this horrible thing happen to me the night before. It was like huge, like public, millions of people seeing it. And then my crazy ex-boyfriend is going live talking about more of my personal stuff. And I'm like crying, and Sin and Ray are like what's wrong? And I tell them, and I'm like panicking. I'm like, I need to call so-and-so, I need to call so-and-so, I need to call so-and-so. Like these different people that I was like, they can contact him because I did not want to contact him. So Ray, Cinna, some of me and Miz's mutual business partners, and Asmongold were all messaging him to stop. And by the way, Asmongold told me that he tried to call Miz while he was talking, and
bro,
it rang 3
2 years.
times and then hung up, which means that he saw it and he just wanted to be able to keep talking because yeah. Anyway, just a little note. I don't know exactly what like the other people said.
Yeah, if I was him, I just wouldn't have went live.
Ray and Cinna told me that they were messaging him being like for like stop.
I kind of want to wrap it up. I don't know how much more she could bury this guy, to be honest. Like, what else more needs to, like, what else is even left to say? Like, yeah, exactly, he should have never went live. Like, I wonder if he watched any of this before he went live. Because she just completely just aired this nigga out completely. Like, there's almost like, and if there's more, it makes it even worse. Bro, she just cooked this guy for 2 hours straight. I'm just gonna round it up, alright? She cooked him for 2 hours straight. And it was like surgically done too. It just wasn't, oh, let me just go live and cry and I just don't know, like, oh my god, like, Mizkif, like. No, this shit was, it was just done, it was just a proper, I don't even want to call it a hit piece because it's just, I mean, there's actual, they're in a relationship and there's actual, like, facts about things. But damn. I mean, if he was talking all the calm shit before, I mean, I'm curious to see how Mizkif is gonna deal with this shit. I mean, he's still gonna have some sort of viewer base. I mean, he's Mizkif, but bro, she really, I wonder what made Emiru just wake up and say, you know what, I'm gonna bury this nigga completely. I wonder what made her do this. It must have been something that was really, really, and I mean really eating up her conscience. For her to just make a 2-hour hit piece on Mizkif after like all these years. Because what were they rocking? They were rocking for like, he was doing it to other women too. Yeah, that's what people were saying earlier. Yeah, exactly. We seen the stream. We watched it live when he was talking about it. Yeah, exactly. That's what I said earlier. I felt like the TwitchCon thing really made her go back to a dark place. So she probably just had things to get off of her conscience. And I think this was like the last bit of redemption that she might have mentally needed to get off of her chest. And unfortunately, it just had to be Mizkif that was in the line of fire. Miz Twitch contacts are fried, but he will fall off. Nah, he'll still have a viewer base. Damn, this is great. So hold on, Tectone doesn't fuck with Mizkif anymore either. I think he's gonna get locked up. No, because I mean, isn't it like a statute of limitation? I mean, it's been multiple years. Like, if this happened in 2021, 2022, actually, nah. I mean, I don't think she's gonna press charges. I think she just really wanted to like send a hit piece. He said Mizkif was doing this beforehand. No one listened. Nah, he ain't gonna retire. Bro, if he's fucking yelling at his ex-girlfriend while they were together, if he was yelling at his girl that she had more viewers and why did you pick a tank? Come on, bro. This is actually one of the most ridiculous things I've ever witnessed. Like, I've seen chicks air out dudes that they were in relationships, parentheses, or fucked around with on an actual real level before, but this is just like, it's not like it's just some random chick like reaching for random shit, right? This is like it's also just too well done. For her to do this for 2 hours straight, it's It must have been something that was just really on her conscience. Yeah, she's the one that let it out, that they were in a relationship, so on and so forth. I wonder what this does to, like, Mizkif, he's still gonna be able to stream, right? But, I mean, is she doing this to possibly get Mizkif banned or something like that? Or is she doing this to, like... I just wonder what the aim really was here. To end his career? I mean, it's definitely gonna put a big dent in it, because what chicks want to be associated with somebody that's labeled, when a woman is saying it out of her mouth of this notoriety and SA her? Ludwig ruined Mizkif's career already. This just solidified it? Bro, this shit got 1 million fucking views, damn near. Over 500,000. Everybody on Twitch is watching it, for goodness sakes. We've been watching it for, like, we've been fucking with this for hours. She's doing it because she wants him to leave her alone. I mean, yeah, she clearly showed the text messages as well of him just completely blowing her up on infinite levels on multiple platforms. I wouldn't even, bro, I would have sent one text like, hey, how's it going? She would have never responded. I would have been like, oh. I wouldn't be like, just let me in the fucking house. Like, I wouldn't have hit her on IG, Discord, text messages, Twitter. Like, I think he tried every form of social media and contact in general. Do I think the pH levels are confident? I mean, they would have to be for him to be crashing out like this. But that's a different story. He said he also allowed SA in his streamer house party. He's a horrible person. He said you don't believe it, she's fake. If you know her as long as I have, it's crazy. He was fucked up in the head when he domesticated airing out Mizkif is bad. Miz finna release the files on all the Texas streamers. Oh yeah. I mean, I wonder if Mizkif is this type of person where he'll just bring everybody down with him. Like, you know what? Fuck it. You guys are trying to make me seem like I'm a fucking crash out. You guys are trying to make me seem like I'm fucking crazy. I'm gonna just fucking show everything. Like, I'm not gonna be just sitting here just getting fucked in the ass raw while everybody paints me as this fucking bad guy. Everybody's going to crash and burn. If you guys think you're gonna fuck me in the ass, you know what? Everybody's gonna get fucked in the ass with me. Might just be like... He might just do it. Wait, you said he literally did that. He responded. He said it on Twitter. I gotta check. Yeah, like, me saying this shit, I'm not trying to say anything, any ill will towards Mizkif or anything like that. I'm just literally reading what's going on. I'm reacting like a normal reactor. So yeah, you guys, yeah. I just think this is crazy. He posted a video and leaked the text messages saying that she was gonna come. Yeah, but was it after he got off stream? Like, did he, you know what I mean? B-fam, shout out for the shout out for the 35 months. I could turn it back on now. XQC watched it. Okay, I mean, is there anything more I need to see on Twitter? Since we're here, we might as well look, I guess. Look, you see what I'm talking about? As soon as I go on Twitter, what do I see? A raw crash out. Like, it's like, damn, like, I can't go on Twitter one day without seeing a raw crashing out or doing something wrong. Bro, I just seen something today where it said a dude was confronting his neighbor for loud music. He was in his face. It was both on barbecue time and both bald, black, barbecue guts, fat, whatever. You couldn't hear the audio, but he's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And the shorter, fat, bald dude was like, what? Pulled out a gun. Literally got the gun, shot the guy. Another guy was behind him. He shot this dude, went over there, aired him, popped him in his dome. Dude was just like, went over there to the other guy he first shot him, then blasted him in his head one more time, and then was knocking on the door to shoot somebody else. I'm just like, fuck. I seen nothing but derogatory all day on Twitter. No gains. But like, I never understood why people like, you ever see somebody on Instagram go shirtless? I'm like, how did this nigga have the balls to do this? Yeah, it was in the apartment. That's the video I'm talking about. Yeah.
Mommy a pic? What's up, man? What? Sending mommy a pic or what? That's a felony, running a camera. Ain't shit a felony. Mind your own fucking business and stop staring at me, bitch. What?
What you wanna do?
I'm gonna take a shower, man.
Okay, well then shut the fuck up and do that. Stop talking to me. Nigga, what the fuck you trying to do about anything in this bitch, huh?
Hey, I'm gonna
What
take
you
a shower.
trying to do about anything in this bitch? Then get your ass in there and take a fucking shower and shut the fuck up talking to me. You ain't scared of shit, nigga. The fuck is you looking at like that, boy? You'll be gasping for air fucking
Really?
looking at me. I know for a fact.
Go to jail, man. Go ahead.
Let's see what happens.
And he was a zesty rog too. Remember, that's not. It may sound like two words, but it's not. He was a zesty rog. There's a difference between a rog and a zesty rog. Alright, wasn't I supposed to be looking at some more shit? Is it in the com?
Dude, you know what? One of my favorite classes was Emiru, bro.
Oh my god, Emiru was so cool.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Dude, Emiru was like so cool.
Emiru, bro, I didn't think Emiru was gonna tap in with us. That's the thing, because we were with Sina and Bonnie, but it's just the thing that Emiru, when she popped
So
up, I was
cool.
like, dude, Emiru was like,
I'm not gonna lie, everyone's been so cool so far except for like,
I feel like there has
Yeah.
to be like a cancer, like there has to be like a reason people like, you know what I'm saying? It's always gotta be that one
Yeah.
thing. But definitely like Emiru was definitely probably one of the best.
You think that phases me at all?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean? That, like, none of this, like, I don't even understand. Bro, you can't hurt me. There's nothing you can do.
What are you talking about?
No, I'm not talking about
We
anything.
collabed with Sina, Bonnie, and Emiru the other day.
That's great, that's fine. Enjoy yourselves, brothers.
Like he really wanted to say, enjoy yourself, ins. I can like read through everything. Why do you call them brothers? Well, you know what I'm saying? You white guys, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Just like, remember when XQC like said, standing on business, but the way he said it was just, it was just like when he was talking about the wrong drama and he said standing on business or something like that, and it was just, you know, it's a way to like, Zax throw a subtle jab at blacks. They'll like throw a little twang on it. What's this?
She went with me anyway.
Okay, give me a sec.
We collabed with Sina, Bonnie, and Emiru the other day.
That's great, that's fine. Enjoy yourselves, brothers.
Whoa, bro, you
Are you
good?
okay?
Are you good?
Are you good? Yeah, I'm
Hey, like, hold on, did he just basically want to call us niggas? Like, what's poppin'?
good. I just gotta go to the bathroom. Like, give me a minute. Dude, come on,
Dude, it's okay.
I know it's okay.
Dude, wait, what's wrong?
Are you in therapy or something? Bro,
What
this
did
is
I
fine.
say?
You said nothing. You said you're gonna collab. That's cool.
Yeah,
It's fine. I have no problem with that. I told you there's no issue.
you used to live with Emiru, and then all of a sudden you wanted to use Emiru to become bigger, and you couldn't, so then she broke
oh,
up with
and
you.
everyone's been like having way more fun and having way more cooler things.
What even are you spinning?
Dude, Emiru used to always be in a room. Now she's like going IRL and having fun and doing a lot of cooler stuff
It's
now.
a good thing she disconnected from you, because
Thank
that would be sick.
the Lord. Thank the Lord.
You would have brought down the vibe for Emiru, dude.
Yeah.
And they was just calling this shit a while ago. They was calling this shit mid-year. This shit says, go to MP 4th of July party. Kari DJ, shout out for 60 months.
Wait, Emiru's actually having so much more fun now. Like, she's IRL, she was grilling, doing all type of stuff.
She was like, right now.
He's like, if I was in another timeline, I'd calm you both.
Bro, dude, that's where I'm chopped.
We weren't even dating, dumbass.
Well, of course, bro. Queen Emiru's not dating someone like you.
By the fucking God. Hell no.
You should be
Fuck
like,
no.
you should
God no.
she looked
Jesus no. Hell no, bro. Don't even say that word.
It's cooking. God, I was cooking him.
You were I needed because
Is this on XQC clips? See, this is what I need to be doing on my plug channel. Just posting little 2-minute bullshit clips, random shit. I'm gonna go to work.
she wanted me to be happy, and she knew sometimes I freaked out. I
Hold on a sec, I just seen something. Gotta remove from my shit. Fucking squeegee.
lashed out, but she loved me, and she knew I was in a terrible mental place. It got so bad, the stress and constant talking about the same things over and over, and no sleep, and depression, that most of my hair started to fall out. And Emiru
I mean, wasn't he already like receding like a long time ago?
started to hurt herself while we were in Japan.
I'm listening.
As this time happened, I was a massive wreck. Couldn't think straight, and being that Emiru hung out with me all day, she too started to become high-strung.
I just want to hear what XQC is saying.
But
Too harsh about this.
That's-
I think people are being too harsh about this.
as we
I
stayed
think,
around
like,
longer, I started resenting her a lot more. You can take it out of only mode.
You got
As we stayed around long,
I can really do it later, but
I never want to talk about
like,
I'm over here.
Emiru has a lot of
Magic
rabbits.
lotion
It was her
on
calling
my
when she
right
first
now,
moved in.
just-
He said Emiru has a lot of rabbits. Fuck. That was the rebuttal. Oh man, Mizkif, man. We'll see how he deals with it. Hopefully he doesn't calm or anything like that. I got other shit I want to talk about. Appreciate all the people that joined for that bullshit drama. I hopefully I'm definitely somebody that is a firm believer that any woman that's authentically SA'd, Krabby, shout out for the 3 months, they do deserve a voice, do
I
deserve
can't believe
to.
he said she threw clothes and pillows, then proceeds to throw his phone and punch holes in his walls. WTF.
Exactly. Thank you for the 3. Like I said, I'm always gonna resonate with women who say that they've gone through SA, so on and so forth. Men were very powerful as far as strength, at least some of us, right? So it's got to be a real scary feeling. We'll just say in any situation, it's got to be a real scary feeling when a woman feels like she can't get a guy off of her. You know what I mean? So for her to come out after all these years and say that she felt like she was SA, that he had did something against her will, so on and so forth. I mean, I gotta respect it. I mean, it is a woman at the end of the fucking day, and who am I as a man to say that she's capping or lying about the situation? She seemed very passionate with what she was speaking on. If we watched both reactions. Hers seemed like it came from a deep, dark diary, from a place of hurt, from a place of, I don't even want to say resentment, but from a place of just, I need to get this off of my chest, especially what happened with the big beastie nigga that came up and tried to kiss me. And then we all watched Mizkif's, and it definitely seemed like it was more of a storybook Dr. Seuss type of vibe to it. It just, bro, you should have just said it from scratch with no chat GPT. Alright, so what she did today was, I'm not sure if he'll ever be able to shake it. So we'll see what happens in the future with that. That's it on that for me. Boy, what a day. You said, who tried to kiss me? What you talking about? Oh yeah, I forgot. I think I'm about to kill the YouTube side because I'm doing because I can't show no fights and shit. Kuma, shout out for the 6 months. Yeah, all the YouTube side, make sure you guys slide into my Twitch chat, alright? Because when I do reacts, there's certain shit I just can't play. Why not game first? Bro, I didn't expect to be reacting to crazy drama. So. You said Masterpiece to play for the Toronto Raptors? Yeah, he did. You didn't know Master P played in the NBA for a bit? What I think about the Aspinall fight? As soon as I get there, I'll talk about it. Yeah, it's just so my thing is, I'm sure I could show it, but it's just I don't even, considering how I lost my channel in the first place years ago, it's just I don't even want to play that type of game. So, I'll probably, if I put it like this, if I game or something else is harmless, I'll bring the YouTube stream back. But I'm gonna kill it for now while I'm doing this Twitter shit, alright? If I'm doing YouTube reactions or something like that, that's different. But if I'm doing the Twitter shit, I gotta kill the stream for the Twitter shit on the YouTube side. So my YouTube people, shout out to everybody that dropped hella super chats, all the people that sub. I'm gonna be still live on YouTube and on Emerald, by the way. So I'll bring it back when I'm done with the Twitter reacts. YouTube being that weird shit, so. No gaming session? I mean, analytically speaking, it seems like this was preferred over the games. It said just because, what did we learn? Just because he's white don't mean he can't fight. Let me see about this. Will I create some of my own prompts? Yep.
I'm a bitch. Are you trying to attack me? You a bitch. You a bitch. You a bitch. You a bitch, nigga. Oh. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Like, get off me. Get off me. Hey, you know how niggas think. Automatic. I'm black, so I'll automatically win the fight. You know? It's crazy. Starting to see a lot more rugs get their ass whipped by opposite ethnicities. Pointless for that. Speaking of rugs, man was just trying to do his job.
Beat you up and rob you. Okay, I was just saying, I'll beat you up and rob you. What you gonna do? You think you can beat me up? Oh, you looking at that gun? I got, what you think is in this purse? Beat you up.
Fuck, bruh. One sec.